we started recording. Intro time. You guys gotta do the intro music. Welcome to DnD.
And it smells like 1, 2.
Yeah, Byron's got the bass there for us. So, yeah, we are down one member. Well, actually, we're down quite a few members. Currently, there's only Sullok, Larry, and Egonox here with us. So
That's right.
Silas is
The
with the
main
party at the
characters
moment,
of all the
but
stories.
he ain't at his computer. So we're just going on without him, and then if he pops
He's a
online,
lazy bum.
I'll write him into the story somehow. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so you guys remember what happened last time? I don't care if you do. Actually, I'm gonna sum it up anyway. Last time on D&D, you guys returned. Well, you had already returned back from the mining mission, but we sorted out all that kind of behind-the-scenes stuff with the conflict that went on. Some characters went to prison and actually fled away from the rest of the party. They currently aren't with us at the moment. Some of them might not be returning. We'll see how that all pans out. But at the moment, there's only Sylis, Larry, Egonox, and Sullok that are with the main party. Vocien might be coming back. We're not too sure what's going on with that, but we'll see. Anyway, so they went all together, returning with their haul of the Gnome back to the true fortress of the what's her name? No, that's she got one note with that one character. Scout Illiambrin just slept with Sylis. That's it. Where are we looking? Scout Kuro.
Ilium Brimovich.
I don't know, write down these things. Yeah. Anyway, the tree walkers they are called. They went back to their fortress and they sold off some of their, well, pretty much all their Steingeist. Larry traded with some and managed to get a certain strain of the Steingeist, and some of them got amulets along the way. So you guys all finished your trade deals and asked around where. Well, you didn't ask around, but you were kind of approached by Kuro, scouts that saved you before, and she was asking where you were headed. You described that you were going south, and she said that she would help you get on your way, not necessarily all the way there, but show you the right direction and give you a map and all that kind of stuff to go with it. If you guys need to see that map again, just shout. I'll find the link again and give it to you. Good stuff. But she said that there was a tunnel underneath that would help you get a lot of the way to Gnome, which is the southern city that you guys are heading to. There's an underground tunnel that'll get you most of the way there. That starts from this underground fortress of necromancers, essentially, yeah. Well, the circle that you guys are in at the moment is not that big, but it's the main kind of necromancer fortress. At the end of the last session, you guys teleported underground and got in there. I'm actually going to pull up the image that I sent through again, just so anyone that's viewing at home see it. It's DM note.
Send the link. I've also forgot.
Telfiorum Interior. I think. What is that? Abstracts. Bam! So you are inside the main fortress of the Telfiorum Necromancers. It is this huge tunnel that just goes deep underground. You can see these veins of glowing Steingeist in the walls. That you know is protected by the necromancers. They harness the energy kind of ambiently from within this fortress of just all the Steingeist around them, rather than mine it directly. Kind of like a symbiotic relationship with the earth they have. Yeah, you guys stood on the giant circular pedestal atop, and when Kuro tapped her staff on the center of it, you were all teleported underground. I think it was around 30 meters or so, I said, that you went through the stone and then you appeared on this platform. On the platform there is this giant X across the huge pit in the ground, and you're now standing there. Along the way, you guys would have noted that Sylis was also talking with Kuro, asking her things about what she knew about the necromancers. He was obviously very interested in what was going on with that. And you can see as soon as you guys teleport down. He seems to already want to be like kind of walking away and finding out things on his own. Do you guys all see what's going on in that link? Get an idea of the landscape? Anything you want to know about it? What you see?
No, I see it. It looks awesome.
Yeah, is that water, Lois?
No, that is just a pit of. You can't see the bottom of it. It just goes insanely deep down. A cylindrical pit with on the edges of it, within the stone, you can see the small veins of Steingeist peeking through.
Okay.
Don't trip and fall.
Yeah, all that glows.
Fantastic, we're down in the bottom of the tunnels again. I feel just at home inside here.
Right. Around you, you do see a few of the like scholars walking around every now and then. Some of them have staffs with like glowing lips on the top. A lot of them carrying books. You can see many of them are actually. They're very purposeful with their walking. They know exactly where they're going. They've walked these corridors thousands of times, so they barely ever look up. Essentially, what do you guys do?
I say let's go see what shops they have here, guys.
Alrighty. So as you say that, Curious is okay. Well, you're more than welcome to. It is advised that we check in first to kind of let everyone know that we are here. They do obviously know that we've come in. They can sense the magic of the teleportation. But it is just courtesy to let them know that we are here. Would you all mind following me to reception area, I guess you could call it? Is that okay with everyone?
No problem.
Let's go.
And she starts walking forward. She leads you through one of the down one of the beams of this kind of like X platform, down one of the corridors. It's rather dark. Anyone without dark vision would have a bit of trouble navigating. But I mean, it's kind of smooth floors, very simply carved hallways that are like just insanely smooth on all the sides. So it's not too hard to navigate, but that being said, if you aren't accustomed to the dark, it's still a little disconcerting to, be shuffled along these hallways.
Okay. As we started walking, I'm gonna put on my Amulet of Earth.
Alright. You can feel as you do it as you're taking a few steps, and you can tell from the first step that you take before you put it on is like, normal Larry step. As soon as you put it on, you take another step, you feel like your foot almost like, even though it doesn't sink into the earth physically, it feels like your mass is lowered quite a lot, and you feel a lot more stable when standing. Even if it were like standing on, like a thinner beam or something, like you'd feel like you're more attached to the ground. Even though there's no physical bond there. It's quite a strange feeling, not like almost as if you could say your mass is, you have more mass.
I was gonna say basically lowers your center of gravity.
Yeah, you don't actually change your mass, but your center of gravity feels like it lowers essentially.
Sweet.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Haven't got all the scientific stuff fleshed out behind the scenes, but
become one with the earth.
Even in doing, once you do so, you can also the vibrations when you step down, because you're quite a hefty fellow, do make a bit of a ever so slight shudder when you step. When you put the amulet on, it's much more pronounced that you can, not that you create more vibrations, but you can feel them more, and you feel a bit more in tune with the flooring, so to speak.
Sweet.
Well, at this point, then I'll start hovering.
The hallways aren't wide enough for you to spread your wings. So you can kind of as you kind of try and spread your wings, you realize that they can only reach about maybe a third of their wingspan before brushing up against the sides.
See, I thought we said when I'm hovering, I don't have to flap my wings. We said that on one of the previous things.
I think I might have said you don't have to make fly checks, but you do have to flap your wings.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Anyway, so, just interrupt if you guys want to do anything, but if you don't, then you guys continue down the hallway for a while. It's about one Larry width apart, so most of you have to go in single file. Sylis is kind of sticking to the back. He's taking a look around, he gets distracted every now and then by one of the veins that goes through the wall of Steingeist, and he'll stop and then he'll catch up with you guys. But after not too long, maybe 20 meters of hallways, going left and right and that kind of stuff, you come to a area which is just lit by almost like a violet light on top. Seems magical in nature, but you're not too sure. It flickers every now and then, but nothing too crazy. and you are meted with this large stone table, I guess you could call it. It's essentially just a block in front of you. And behind it you see a single, what you could guess is a necromancer scholar, standing there, leaning on the table with a book open in front of him. As you enter the room, he kind of like raises his eyes. Says, "Yes, hello."
Hello.
Hello. Oh, hello there. You look interesting. He notices your gargoyle form as you kind of like move your way.
I just wave and smile with a small nod.
What are you all doing here? Which Kira says, "Oh, we're just passing through. We're looking to find some of the tunnels south, if that's all right." And he looks back and he says, "It'd work out. I've had some issues with some of the connecting tunnels. We've had to block off a few of them. You might have to speak with."
From what?
There's a vast interconnected cave system beneath this landscape. A lot of the larger burrowing creatures create these new passages all the time, and then old ones collapse into themselves. And somehow along the way, one of our pathways was cut in half by one of these burrowing creatures, and many old civilizations of Duragar were released upon us, essentially. You guys know that Duragar are these kind of dwarves that live exclusively underground. They come from and are rather hostile. But Jesus, the Duragar were not receptive of talking or anything like that. They prefer to, well, just bloodshed and claim more territory for themselves. So we decided the best course of action was to just block off some of the pathways. There are a few here and there that are open to navigation, but a large portion of our facility was cut off recently. So if that's where you wish to go, then just keep that in mind.
We will do.
Will
yes.
do.
Is there anything else you wish to see before you go there? I can help you around. I'm Dune, by the way. He puts out one of his hands to shake across the table.
Oh, hello, Sandy Mountain.
Oh, hello there. And he kind of like has to lean down a bit and like put his hand over the stone table, but he manages to shake your hand, Sullok.
Tell me, why is your name Sandy Mountain?
Well, my name isn't actually Sandy Mountain. If you had ears, you would notice that it was Dune.
Yes, dune.
Yes.
You know what a dune is?
I do.
And a dune is?
It's me.
And I
It also happens to be the same... What?
I kind of roll my hand around in a pivot, try and let him to kind of
Like... Are you picking up on the
realize what I'm trying to tell him.
I get your joke.
Oh, it's not a joke. No.
Not the
That is
biggest
your
fan
name.
of humor, to be honest. I have learning to do. You might want to
Not
try
a
that
big
sometime.
fan of humor. You live in a hole. Well, I mean, it's quite a lovely hole, but it's a hole.
It's a hole. You're a dwarf. You should appreciate this hole. This is fantastically carved.
Of course, I appreciate this hole, but you always need a sense of humor if you're always stuck in this hole.
I think you need a sense of humor.
Yes.
There are plenty of things to learn in the world. Why would I bother with jokes and...
Because,
Tease.
you know, you gotta have a smile on your face. I don't know. Sense of humor's everything.
Yes, well... Anyway,
My name
Everything
is
you need.
Egonox.
nice to meet you, Egonox. I am Dune's...
Oh wow,
Bruce
it's a
Took.
dragon. I'm going to die today. You see, it makes it seem so much better. And if you insult people all the time, you feel better about yourself as well.
I feel we have a fundamental disagreement there, Mr. Dwarf.
Oh, why?
In any case, hello there, Egonox.
Well,
What can I do
hey.
for you?
Oh.
This is Larry.
Hello, Larry. And he puts his hand out to shake Larry's hand.
He receives it. Hello.
Alrighty. He realizes, like, when he grabs your hand, like, I expected a bit of a meaty handshake, but oh god, I was not expecting that. You have a very firm handshake.
Yeah,
Yes,
and
Suzanne,
he doesn't
did you
realize it either.
Just
I
natural
don't
for Larry.
realize it either.
What were you saying, Richard?
Oh, shaking Mark's hand.
Yeah,
Oh,
I know. I was talking to the person I realized afterwards.
So, would you like to take a look around? I mean, we have plenty of facilities in here. We have some libraries. We don't let people take books out to the surface because you can imagine how easily those would get lost. But you're more than welcome to read them while in the facility here.
No
We have-
problem.
we have
Egonox
a
said
magic
we're
man.
coming to sign. What must we sign here to sign in?
Yes,
no,
we have autographs to sign. You know, we're famous around here.
Oh, well, yes, I guess you could sign if you want. I mean, it's nothing super official. He pulls out a ledger from they're like they're shelves that are carved into the other side of the table, and he pulls out this rather thick black leather-bound ledger. It's this intricate iron sigil on the front. Kind of like undoes the buckle and opens it up, finds an empty page, or the next empty page after names, and he writes your guys' names down. There's Larry, Egonox, and Sullok. Date
Wait, how do you know our
is-
names? I didn't introduce myself.
Oh, did you not introduce yourself?
Well,
So
I just said Sandy Mountain, that's all about it.
okay, so he says Larry,
Can you
Egonox,
read
and Dwarf. Would you care to give your name?
Soloki por favor.
Soloki por favor. Okay, and he writes it down with surprising ease.
Boom.
Like you've experienced that a lot of times when telling people your name, they would like ask for a repetition of it a few times and like ask the spelling of it, but he seems really
So,
accustomed
well,
to
up
these
here,
obscure names.
that's a Y over there, and there's a space, and there's two Fs.
Oh yes, I know. I
Oh, no.
I have
Okay.
cute ears. In any
You
case,
have cute ears. Oh,
how cute.
gazes off. Didn't
I
understand.
also like his ears.
Kira eventually, but she says, oh, and Scout Kira. I'm already on there, so you can just pick my name off. They did say that they wanted to check out the marketplace. Remind me, where is it again? And he kind of gives some directions. Oh, it's down, all the way. Essentially, are you guys going to go straight down there, or do you want to carry on talking to him, or?
I don't want to carry on talking to him.
Yeah, I've just got one question for him, but I was going to wait for the party to leave.
Okay.
Or make their
Egonox,
way leaving.
Would you like to say anything else?
Nope.
But I don't need directions, I know where I'm going.
Alright, so Kira, Egonox, and Sullok start heading down. Larry, you kind of linger behind a bit, and you notice that Sylis also lingers. Sylis isn't really trying to hide anything. He just kind of leans over the table, and he says, "Tell me, do you know where Tarai is?" Tarai is the lass that you met before in the forest. She tried to stop you from mining the
The
Steinkrug.
slag.
Morg, yes. And Dunes kind of like looks at him and talks a little bit, and he kind of like directs him to which Sylis then leaves through another exit. So he kind of like goes off on his own mission. And then it's only Larry and Dunes left in the room.
Larry wanted to ask, you mentioned these burrowing creatures.
Yes.
Could you give a more accurate description? I have never encountered these.
Okay. Well, there's quite a few different kinds of it.
That's Graeme.
Graeme.
That was Graeme's mark. Open now.
He says, well, there are quite a few different kinds. Yeah, it is Graeme's. Oh, Graeme, there.
You hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I said June. That sounds like a girl's name.
No, it's a dude.
It's Dune.
I had just written your character out. He was looking for Tarai, that female necromancer, and then he ran away for her to find her. Essentially, to catch up on what's happened real quick, you guys left the tree fortress to head to the necromancer's fortress to find a tunnel going south to get you to Stattertot. You entered into this like vast underground intricate complex that they have going of like all these interlocking rooms and essentially like this huge
Ant nest.
yeah, it's like their little, they don't actually mine there, but it would look like a mine to anyone else. There's all these veins of steingeist in the walls that they kind of feed their energy off of. And you guys got down there, they were talking about doing introductions and all that kind of stuff, and then Sylis then asked where he could find Tarai, was the lady that had the morgue, essentially. Are you okay with that so far?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Alright, then I'll
He
get to your
would ask
character.
that.
I'll get to your character in a little bit. Anyway, to Larry's question, saying was, yes, well there are quite a few different kinds of burrowing creatures that plague us. The two main ones that rather bothersome. The Onkegs, which are these I don't want to say crustacean, they're almost insectoid, rather large mandibles, can rather easily crush through stone at these lands. They're quite troublesome, they can get through places. Spiders seem to follow them. quite a lot and make their nests in their wake.
I see.
And then the biggest issue, which can cause the most devastation, we've only had a few run-ins with it. We just tend to call them the purple worms. These giant...
Purple worms.
You're not there. These giant muscular
Purple
tubes
worms,
of death,
okay.
I guess you could call them. They're insanely massive. I've heard rumors of one that might even be a kilometer in length. But obviously, it's not it's not the easiest thing to measure these out when you're underground. But they are rare, so don't worry too much. And we will sense them if they come close enough. So you're safe.
I see.
Don't stress.
Okay. And then of the first ones, do you know of any weaknesses?
Uncakes.
Yes.
Let me check this real quick.
Gotta get prepared, guys.
Sorry I'm so late, guys. I've been dehydrated and suffering from being out in the sun all day because I'm a fucking vampire.
Shame, no worries, man.
No,
No,
the plebes have a term for it. It's called shut-in.
Yes, exactly. But now that it's nighttime, I'm feeling a bit more revitalized.
Nighttime, yes. Nighttime is the best time.
Bloody vampire.
Okay, I'm just going to read you a vague description of the uncakes. Just so you... This is essentially what he will tell. He kind of like pages through one of his books to find like a entry on them. It says, uncakes are all too common plague on the rural areas of the world. Horse-sized burrowing monsters generally avoid heavily settled areas like cities. Their predilection for livestock and humanoid flesh ensures that they do not keep too deep in the wilderness either. Preferred habitat is rural farmlands, as the loose soil of such regions makes it easier for creatures to burrow. Tales speak of large onkegs that dwell in remote deserts. Such creatures likely feed primarily on giant scorpions and camels, and rarely come in contact with the civilization due to the remote locations. A desert onkeg is a huge advanced onkeg. It's a different kind.
I see.
Okay, yeah. Well, he does kind of give you a rundown of how they act when hostile. It says, in combat, an onkeg prefers to attack with its bite against multiple foes. An onkeg often grabs one of the available targets and then attempts to retreat safely, burrowing into the ground. A creature carried underground can still breathe with difficulty. The onkeg can breathe as well, so its tunnels are relatively porous. But it is often eaten alive before its allies can rescue it. Onkeg burrow with their legs and mandibles, moving with unsettling speed through the soil. These are entries on common onkegs, the ones that you might find out in the northern regions. These ones are larger. Some might compare them to the desert onkeg, though they burrow through stone in this case.
Yeah, I see.
They do have cousin, like, I don't know how to say it, like different species that are very similar to it. It says he can't remember exactly off the top of their head what they are.
Okay. Oh, thank you.
Alrighty, no problem.
I'm still in Pansy L Tree Fortress.
No, you are, you're with them.
You are with us. We
So,
brought you with us,
yeah.
Graeme.
if you check on Roll20, I've sent a link there. That is the kind of like environment that you guys are in at the moment. That circular tube land, glowing walls.
Sweet.
Sweet. Cool. So I'm gonna continue with the rest of the guys, and then I'll get to you, Graeme. Dunes then says to you, you might want to catch up to your friends. It can be quite easy to get lost in this place.
I will do, and I turn and make my way up.
All right. Can you roll me a perception?
I can do. Oh, this is a good one.
Okay, so walking down the passageways, you met with a lot of intersections where, like, you can either go left, right, or even forward. In a lot of cases, and you find yourself maybe going down one or two wrong places, but you hear, like, eventually you kind of like realize you need to stop and actually listen. And in the distance, you can see the jabbering of a small dwarf and a deep, rocky voice. You can kind of pick out the you can kind of pick out the footsteps as well. Like the sound of Egonox's feet on the stone also makes quite a distinct sound, so you can actually track where they've gone, so you don't get lost in the area essentially.
Yeah, my claws hit the ground every time.
You'll just get to them a little bit after they've reached their location. Cool. So Egonox, Sullok, and Kuro managed to find their way to a marketplace. This marketplace isn't.
So then I tell the dwarf, no, you got the wrong rocks there. They were in fact rubies, not emeralds. How hilarious is that?
Just out of curiosity, roll me a diplomacy there. Or even a perform.
Why?
Just to see like how convincing your joke was. See if Kuro likes it or not.
Oh boy.
Horrible.
So
Absolute.
as you're walking
horrible.
down the corridor and you finish off your joke, you just hear like,
Oh,
Yes.
what's wrong? You know, it's
oh no,
funny
it's
because
just a long walk. Don't worry. Anyway, we're here, and she kind of motions you around. You notice that this marketplace wouldn't be recognizable as a marketplace if you weren't told as such. Pretty much just this long corridor heading down with very simple signs on the kind of offshoots that lead into these very small rooms. The small rooms each have their own like little decorations and stuff, but most of them are very plain. They offer like, they just tell you what they offer, and then the back room for the storage. There's no like fancy bards playing. There's no like crazy music, all that kind of stuff. It's just like a kind of corridor with signs for what the shops are. Yeah, there's a lot of shops though. There's a lot of different varieties.
Egonox is looking for weapon enhancement.
Alright. You begin to walk down the
Like
This-
magical.
yeah, you begin to walk down
Magical.
the long corridor, and you see that there are like a few that like offer like the just general weapon trades and armor trades and like simple resupplies on arrows and that kind of stuff. And then eventually you come across one that that deals specifically in weapon enchantments. Behind the counter you see this older man. He's got this long straight grey hair. He's clean shaven. But his fringe hangs in front of his brow, and he's kind of like leaning on his stone table in front of him. He looks like to almost be asleep. When you enter, your feet make a bit of a noise on the floor. He kind of like perks up a bit. He wipes his fringe out of his eyes and says, "Yes. What can I do for you?"
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Egonox, and I am very intrigued on enchantments.
Enchantments.
Please tell me how it works.
Oh, okay. What are you looking for? Are you looking to have one of your weapons enchanted, or to buy a pre-made enchantment, or?
Well, I'm looking to maybe have my weapon enchanted, but I first want to find out what it does and if it'll work for me.
Well, it depends. If you're looking to have your weapon enchanted, then you might want to request an enchantment for what work. Prices depend on which enchantment you request for. So, say, I don't know, if you wanted to perform necrotic damage upon your foes, it might cost a bit more, as to say, just keep the blade sharp, or to glow fancy-like. Too many people actually want that. Kind of like sighs to himself.
I see. And then what sorts of enchantments are there? Is there like a list of
let me check
different
the list.
types? Forgive me, Egonox must know.
That's alright. Special ability. Okay. So he says, "Oh yes, don't worry about it. I've had this question quite a few times." And he pulls out two books. He says, he places the one down and he says, "This is for general enhancement. So if there's nothing specific that you want the weapon to do, then it will just perform greater, essentially, like cut through foes easier or have more heft behind it, that sort of thing. Then you'll want to refer to this." And he kind of pages through to the right to the right page on how to price these kind of things. Essentially for that, so this This is just normal, like, do more damage kind of thing, or make it easy to hit, essentially. And you'll see there, if you scroll down to where it says table weapon pricing by bonus, it'll say like +1, +2. It'll show you how much it'll cost to add that enchantment. To make it easier for you, if you want a +1 weapon, it's going to cost you 2,000 gold. If you want a +2 weapon, it's going to cost you 8,000. +3 is 18,000, etc. And then he pulls out another book and he says, if you want some sort of special effect on your weapon to make it easier for, say, parrying a blade away or intimidating foes, even, I think is possible, then you can refer to this, and you see this whole list. Which you can look through while I get to Sullok. So let me know if you have any questions on that.
And could I, by any chance, put fire damage to my weapon?
Fire damage, you say?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Oh, flaming. It says here flaming, plus
Flaming.
1 bonus.
So Sam,
On the
Yeah.
second list.
Yeah, I see it.
if I make a human character, how possible would it be for him to be immortal?
It'll be possible. Just say you'd have to, make a good backstory for it, not just like you woke up one day and found out that he was immortal.
Yeah, no, obviously I'm making a
Yeah,
backstory, don't
yeah.
worry.
Okay. But
It's
yeah,
for that Dark Souls one.
it would be possible. In the
Okay,
meantime,
sweet.
let's just, yeah.
Hey, what?
What level are
Wait,
we?
what's this?
Graham's considering making a new character. I think at the moment we're
Oh,
on
right,
level
okay.
5.
Yeah.
Cool. Let's
Thank you very
keep it
much.
to thingy. So
Before you end your character, Graham, just go without the coat.
Carry on, Sam.
yeah, I'm just trying to find the price for flaming. Which weapon do you have at the moment? A bastard sword. Bastard sword. Aimee. Bastard sword. Under flaming weapon, cheese and fire deals extra 1d6 damage.
So where do you see this?
In the enchantment listing, you control F and search for flaming. See, it's there. Seal
That-
10th. So,
Is that not under the ranged weapon special abilities though?
no, there isn't one under melee. Under the melee, it says 28 to 33 flaming.
Oh, I see there.
Okay, so that will be 2,000 gold to enchant your bastard sword with flaming.
So then I can make the flame come on and off whenever I
Yeah,
want.
so I think it's as a bonus action, you can like essentially turn on the flame on your blade. So you whisper a command to it and the blade ignites. And then it turns off whenever you want it to turn off.
The fire doesn't harm you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take any damage from the fire yourself unless you like actively stab yourself with it.
Yeah. So basically how it works is you have to command it to be flaming, and then when you have a successful hit, then you do an extra 1d6 points of fire damage.
It's really
Damn,
good.
I only have 1,799 gold.
We broke nigga.
Wait, I have also a small stack of gems, well cut, extremely well cut.
Do you know how many gems are in there?
No, I have not yet priced it.
Do you have how much it weighs there?
Nope.
Okay, it's cool. Do you want to try and ask him for a price, or do you want to suggest a price to him? How are you gonna phrase this? Do you want to like essentially pay the 1,000, however much you have, and the sack of gems, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Speak to him.
Well, does he accept? Let me ask him. Do you accept barters as well?
It depends on the barter. I mean, since I do the enchantments myself, any resources that I could use to cut my costs would be allowed, I guess. Why? What do you have to offer?
I have this small sack of gems that are extremely well cut.
Oh, okay. And he seems rather
And
interested now.
Tell me what you're worth. What do you think they're worth?
Let me take a look there. Do you put the gems in the counter?
That's correct.
Alright. So he kind of like undoes the little lace at the top and opens it up. And he pulls out a few of them and says, "These are fantastic. I suppose you know that gems are rather commonly used in enchantments. If you get one of your weapons, I might even use one of these gems for it. Essentially what we do is gems, these gemstones hold magic rather a lot better than your typical irons, your steels and that kind of stuff would. So we store the magical energy in here, and then your enchantment draws upon it. Yes, I could definitely use these. How much are you looking to get for them?
Egonox has no clue. I know they should be worth quite a bit because they're very well cut.
Do you want to roll an appraise to find out?
Yes, please.
Alrighty, do that for me then. Okay, so you can tell for this sack of gems, you can probably get between 500 and 550 gold for it, if you sell it all, essentially. You're using your kind of knowledge of this is an enchanter that can make good use of it, so he's kind of one of the better people to sell it to. If you sell the sack of gems to a farmer, you won't get a better price, but, you know, since this guy can use it, you know, all that good stuff.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll give you you give me 450 for the sack of gems.
Alright.
And then I'll put 1,550 with that to get it enchanted with flame.
He looks it over and he says, it is 50 gold short of the right amount, but I think I am getting a good deal with these gems,
That's
to be honest. 1,000, oh wait, yeah, sorry, no. Wait.
You said 2,000.
Yeah, so you said 1,550 plus 450.
Makes 2,000.
No, doesn't that equal 1,950? In any case,
No.
he's accepting it.
No, 1,550 is what I'm
Oh,
paying in.
1,550 you're paying, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I heard 1,500.
Oh, okay, no,
Okay.
1,550.
So he kind of looks at me and says, yeah, that's perfect. Alright then, well, the enchantment does take a bit of time. Flaming is one that's rather common, so I can get it done in maybe overnight, I'd say. Actually, what time is it? And he kind of looks up and he realizes that he's in a cave, so he can't tell the time.
Haha.
I guess I could stay up for another 8 hours. Tell you what, come in about 8.5 hours, and I'll have your flaming bastard sword ready for you. Sound fine?
Excellent. Here's my
Alright then.
bastard sword as well.
Alright then. He kind of like plonk it on the stone counters. Taking a few dents in it, but it'll do fine. It's obviously, it's battle worn, not affecting the quality or anything. It's good doing business with you. He kind of
Thank you.
puts his hand out to shake your hand.
I'll put my hat as well.
Alright then. Oh, by the way, I didn't actually, just, you know, courtesy. My name is Kili. He's an elven male.
Hi, Keely. I'm Egonox.
Hello, Egonox. It's good doing business with you. Kind of nods his head and then picks up the bastard sword, picks up the gems and the sack of gold. It's a bit awkward to carry, but he kind of like carries it back to his back room. You can see he has covering his back room is like a kind of cloth, and he kind of pushes it out of the way, and you can see as he does, there's like a glow from the back room. He says, "I'll see you around." He kind of like closes the curtain behind him.
My
Cool,
eyes just sparkled. I saw sparkly things.
Sullok, what are you looking for?
I was merely looking for some armored gaiters, maybe some boots,
Armored
metal
gators.
boots, armored gaiters. I don't think it's a thing in D&D, so I won't try.
You have an image of it, maybe it would be. Custom ordered. But while you're looking for that, you...
Wow. What's that other armor? What's the other armor called?
Sorry, what armor?
That's what's it? Chaotic armor.
The Hull Knight.
Hell
Ooh,
Knight armor.
you know what? I could go for some stone armor.
Stone armor.
Stone armor.
That could be interesting. That would like absorb a lot of magic, I think.
Yes. I could wear it under my well, at least attempt to wear it under my clothes. Some stylish.
There's that if you want to see.
Helmet plate.
Alright, so as I'm muttering, go
Cool,
up
so
to
you-
the nearest
Alright,
armor
so
vendor.
you take a walk around, not around, you essentially walk down the corridor, kind of looking from side to side. And you see that there are a few armors here and there. Some of them look not too high quality, so you don't want to, like, you know, risk them with some specialized gear. But you do come across one that looks fairly well presentable. He's a man wearing a kind of bright red robe. Even in the dim light, you can tell it's a vibrant shade. He seems to be like standing up straight, but like his head's bowed down and he's reading a book at the moment. As you approach him, he kind of turns over the page and says, "Oh, hello there."
Oh, hello. You got a rather nice-looking red robe there.
Oh, thank you. And he kind of like strokes his goatee a little bit. How can I help you, man?
Yes. Yes. Do you possibly have any stone armor?
Stone armor.
Stone
Request I
armor.
haven't had it some time.
Really? Oh.
I don't have any
Well.
in stock, but they are, stone being a bit of a crude form, it's not too hard to make. Would you like a full set? What are you looking for?
Well, you know, I would like something that could work under these clothes, because, you know, I'm a man of fashion.
Are you
not
still
of
wearing your, like, huge
utility.
purple cloak, by the way?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I think we could fit anything under there, to be honest.
Okay.
It's a cannon.
Alright. Fit a cannon. Oh, actually, that sounds like a good idea. You've given me a
Maybe
great
cannon.
idea, sir. Thank you very much. Alright, yes.
Unfortunately,
please,
I can't forge
stone
that
armor.
myself, but
Well, no, not the cannon. That's my doing. I shall do that at some point. Ooh. Ooh, it's giving me the shakes. Yes, please. Stone armor, thank you.
alright then. I just need to check some
Did
pricing
you
on
read
that.
the thing that Mark put up there, Byron?
I did not know.
I'll not
Hull
all my
Knight
read
plate.
Hey, stone plate is actually a thing.
it.
Crafted by dwarven stonesmiths. There you go.
Yeah.
Alchemical
Yeah.
strength in place of basal primary. Used with
Oh my
dwarven
goodness.
druids. Stone plate is heavy, unwieldy, but offers incredible protection to its owner. Great if it gave me some stats for this. That's just all there is on the page. But like one sentence. Let me just see. if I
Ooh,
can-
and I'm hoping
Need to
it'll
know.
work over my
Stone plate.
under my curly shoes.
Okay, so this is considered a heavy armor.
Yep.
It says, to make a full set of stone plates custom tailored to you, that'll be
Mhm.
1,800 GP.
Fair enough, Sullok?
No, hang on. Let me just check my man satchel.
Ha! He said purse.
And I did not. No.
Did you hear
That's
that,
not
Larry?
what you heard.
He said purse.
I did not say purse.
Purse.
You're too far away to hear
I did
first.
not.
Oh, is Larry? Oh, yeah, Larry's still far
Yeah,
away.
I'm still on my way.
You can see it listed there on the one that Mark linked at the bottom of the heavy armors page. Stone plate.
Damn it! I had the list. Why isn't it allowing me to go into my sheet?
So
Not
can one
fair.
of you link
Mike.
your character sheets just so I can some of the stats on hand? If that's okay. Thank you. I'm gonna bookmark this. I can keep a close eye on you.
I've been keeping my gold very well. 2093.
1093. So you have enough then.
Yes, I do.
Sam-
And then I still have enough for all the other goodies.
What were you saying, Mike? Sorry.
Sorry, just a question. Are all the things like, you know, flaming and stuff like that, all those enchantments 2000?
Flaming is considered a +1 enchantment.
Yeah,
is
no,
cost
just
as
I'm just
2000.
mean on the +1 weapon special abilities list.
Yeah, that'll be 2000 then.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ, this character has 7 fucking feet. Jesus.
Nice.
7 feet.
He can run really fast.
Just like our characters.
Oh,
He's a
what?
centipede
So like
man.
Sleipnir. Like Sleipnir.
Yes, like Slipnir.
We got 7 feats with an A.
7 footsies. Okay, so yes, any +1
With an
bonus
A.
is 2000 gold, +2 is 8000, etc.
8,000, what?
Yeah, it goes up exponentially. Then +3 is 18,000.
Wow.
18,000 gold. How do you make that in a few sessions?
You even get a +4 and a +5
You have
bonus.
a
So.
lenient DM.
Lord above.
Have earned this
Find
kind
this
of equipment now.
duffel bag full
Anyway,
of
so
sacrifice.
going back with Sullok, you said you wanted some stone plate, and you were costed 1,800 gold. You can look
Okay,
down
wait.
to you.
So I
How does it link to you?
collected I collected 9,000 pounds, 9 pounds of Steingast. So, and then I gave 4,000 gold to Blind Lady. So, leaves me with 7. Yes, it's 1,000 gold. Suppose I could.
The pricing and all that kind of stuff, real quick. Oh God, where is it?
Well, she said 500. Ah, but we shimmied her for it. Yes.
I don't know, but I kept a tally of mine and saved it all the time, so...
Yeah, but I know how to cultivate it, and you don't. Because I haven't told you.
It's fine, I've bought my thing and I've still got 249 gold, 9 silver and 7 copper. And I have a couple of other items.
Yes, like the
Yay,
bastard sword.
Thank you. Right URL. Oh God! Where's my homebrew prices?
Your homebrew prices.
Yeah. I've got a whole like
Come on
DM
down to
manual about this
science,
campaign, like
homebrew.
listing out all the locations and like all the rules that I've made up. Stuff.
Ooh.
Got a bunch of locations that you guys haven't even head to.
whole
Well,
map
that's
count.
that's the special part of making a world. You know,
Yeah.
some of it's not going to be used, but it will be close to your heart.
Because there were quite a few times where I didn't know where you guys were heading in the world, so I just kind of like prepared everything in a radius. What are we looking at? Standard Steingeist goes for... Where's the pricing on this? How did ourselves?
Pretty sure it's
Oh.
400.
Yeah. I've got it somewhere here. Oh, there we go, yeah.
Recording.
As standard, £1 of Steingeist will go from 450 to another number that you're not supposed to know. Bargaining. Depending on how well the tradesman is persuaded. So, you've heard 450 like as a normal price.
Yeah. But haggle.
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 How are you going to haggle? Say your words and then roll your dice.
Alright, I say to him, well, I will pay you some gold, but I also have some Steingeist. Steingeist? I don't know how it's said, but I got some lovely rocks here for you.
Steingeist. That's rather interesting. Tell me,
Yes.
how much
yes.
are you looking to get for it? And how much are you willing to...
Well, we kind of risked. It's of course risky material. That's why it's such a high price. But I think we took an extra dealing of it as well. Multiple ogres, 10 stories tall, enormous things, and there were 3 morgs that we had to take on with our pickaxes because we left our weapons at home. We thought we were just mining.
Roll a
and then,
bluff.
and then there were a million elves. Well, not a million. No, okay, no, I'm going too far there. Maybe like
The
10
story, I love it.
elves. 10 elves, and enormous ogres, and a couple of morgs. So,
Not to mention, there was
600.
that other monster,
600
that one
pound.
with many legs that travelled so fast through the bush, up in the trees.
Roll me a bluff real
exactly.
quick. Oh my god.
600.
Just for the sake of it, roll me a bluff. That was his sense motive.
Don't say that.
There we go.
No, I can't because I have a -1. He has a -2.
It doesn't matter. You got a natural 1, so he failed automatically.
So as you're talking about how you mine the Steingeist, he looks completely enthralled in your tale. He's like, "Oh God, are you sure about 10 stories tall? I mean,
10 stories, I must say, but it was the chief ogre. The rest were maybe like 7 or 8 stories tall.
wow,
But this
Those
one,
guys were very
hairy,
tough.
Oh my god.
looked like an
Those
ape
guys were
man.
very tough.
That's astounding. Honestly, when you walked in, I had no idea you were capable of such feats. It's
Well,
brilliant.
you know, I had help from a gargoyle and an ogre, half ogre.
Oh yeah, but
We're
Shrug.
anything versus a 10-story tall ogre, like, good lord.
Exactly. And we killed it.
Killed it. Kill it yourself.
Outright. What? Yes, I did. It went right through the nose.
And he just like holds his hand to his chest and holds his other hand on, like, for a handshake. He's like, that is some astounding work. I know we've been having some troubles with ogres around here. You must have killed off the greatest one. Honestly,
Probably.
just for that, you deserve to be rewarded. Tell you what, I'll give you a discount. 1,500 for
Sullok
the
is
stone
our
armor.
sniper. The best
Thou-
sniper
1,000
I know is
gold.
Sullok.
1,500 for the stone plate armor.
1,500. Okay.
You don't even have to worry about that stand cast. You earned that.
Okay. Alright. 1,000 gold, 1,500. That's a deal.
All right, then that's fantastic.
Take it wholeheartedly. Grip his hand with mince force.
Fantastic, good sir. Could I get your name?
Sullok. Iporfor.
Borfor.
That is me.
I am Henry. My surname is Armor Smith. If you can guess why. Yes,
Can't imagine why.
It's a family trade. That is fantastic. Is there anything special that you would like for the armor, like an engraving of your name on it, or even a bit of a trim, maybe?
Maybe a purple trim would be
Purple
nice.
trim.
Purple trim.
Ooh, that would be very nice.
I think I do have some dye. It might take a little bit of time for it to settle into the stone, but
Okay, how long?
it will look
How long
fantastic.
will it take?
2 or 3
Well,
days,
Sullok,
perhaps.
I still gotta take-
But I will work my butt off for this. It's going to be my honor.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is a pleasure. Thank you.
It is such a pleasure. You have no idea.
I told
Don't
you you will
worry
be
about it. Don't
recognized
worry
one
about
day,
it.
so
It's
Happens
been a
all the
pleasure
time.
doing business with you, Sullok Iporfor.
And I do that as I leave.
Alright, and he shakes your hand once more, and he kind of like hurriedly hits back. And even as you're walking down the kind of corridor, you can hear the like excited hammering on an anvil, like ting ting ting.
Just for this tiny little guy.
Alright, so
It's
mark
a
off
huge ass guy.
1,500 gold from your inventory.
Oh boy. Oh, that's
That
great.
was a good one.
The thing is, you nearly like critical success there, and he just critical failure. So it's like had to be something. Anyway,
That's great. Feels good.
as
didn't
you're
have that
marching down the
one.
corridor, you hear Egonox coming from behind you. I'm guessing as we try and meet up again, and you see Kuro standing like kind of browsing in the distance, but just down the corridor. So you guys managed to meet up again. Anything that you want to say, or
Hello.
who are you saying this to?
That-
Egonox
that's
or
all I have.
Kuro?
Larry. No,
Oh, I say that to
Larry.
Kuro. you
Oh
know.
right, Larry. Okay, so around the time that other people have finished, Larry, you actually start finding your way down the stairs, and you can like see that there's this marketplace in inverted commas. What would you like to do? Are you looking for anything in particular?
Yeah. I wanted to go and find Egonox.
Okay, so you'll be able to see. It's just a straight corridor, so you can see them just down the way. There's a few people walking backwards and forwards, but you can easily see over them with your heart. You managed to spot, well, you can spot Egonox at least. Sullok is kind of lost in between the knees. You managed to see Egonox, and you can find your way over to him.
Okay, so basically, I wander up to him and ask, basically what's going on, just fill in.
Oh,
Like,
okay, well then I'll just tell you. Larry, we went and got our weapons enchanted. It's not ready yet. And then
Enchanted?
Sullok also got some armor. Yeah, just go into the shop.
yes.
Yeah, this guy is the coolest guy ever.
okay. And as you say that, he turns and walks away.
We'll wait here.
Walks away to where? Like back to the stairs or
Walks
the...
away from where Egonox is to the shop where Egonox pointed him to.
Oh, to the enchantment area.
The enchantment, yeah, the
Alright.
enchantment guy.
So you walk on over, and you see that there's no one actually at the store, but you can hear some kind of like strange humming sounds coming from the back room, behind the curtain.
Hello? Is it me you're
Hello?
looking for?
Shut up.
Is there someone there?
Sorry.
Yes, Larry.
Oh,
I-
sorry. 1 second. You can hear like a zapping sound. He says, okay, that'll keep it on hold. And he quickly an oldish elven male with grey hair, like grey straight hair, walks in through the back. He says, yes, hello. Can I help you with anything?
Yes, so my friend, my Gargoyle friend over there said you do enchantments for weapons.
Oh yes, you're a friend of Egonox. Yes. Would you like some as well?
I would, yes. But first, I would like to sell some gems. As I believe it's quite expensive.
Gems, gemstones. You mean?
I've just got a sack of gems that's like basically 3 kg, 6.6 pounds.
Okay, I'll say that's like
I'd-
probably a medium sack of gems, so a bit heftier than Egonox's was, I think.
Okay.
But
Do you want
that
me
is
to
well
roll
cut.
praise?
Yeah.
Oh, was yours well cut?
Yeah, my description was extremely well cut. That's what it said on my description.
see.
Roll me an appraise, Mark.
Okay.
So it's just a sack of gems, it says.
Yeah, that's
cool.
6.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Looking at it, you would assume that coming from a world where there was a lot of gambling, you had a lot of people throwing in fantastic gems at you in the ring and that kind of stuff, and you're used to seeing really nicely cut gems. Looking at what you have in the bag there, even though there are a lot of them, they aren't the best cuts in the world. They've got some chips in them. Some of them look dull. You don't know if that means that they've lost power or something like that, even though that's not a thing. But you don't know that, and you would assume that it's not the best stuff in the world, but you could still make some use of it. I'd say you would assume that you could sell the sack of gems for perhaps 435.
435.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. So is that what you tell him?
Yeah, so yeah. Okay, I've got this sack of gems. I ask about 435 for it.
135. Okay. And he kind of like looks over it. Have him roll an appraise for it. I think I rolled that correctly. Yay. He looks over it and you can see he's looking a little like. I'll give you 400.
400.
400.
Deal.
Alright then. And what will this be for? Are you looking for an enchantment for your weapon as well?
Yes.
Alright then. What would you like? Have you take a look through our catalogue? And he kind of like. The book is still open from when Egonox was looking through it, and he kind of pushes it over to you.
Okay. Just gonna look around. I know what I want, so just look for a while. And ooh, vicious. Larry knows this word. Oh, I missed it. Egonox. Larry knows this word.
Just out of curiosity, what does vicious do? Where is it?
Okay.
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
there you
I'm
go.
also looking for
It's
it
a plus
right now.
one.
Where's this?
Vicious.
Yeah.
The special ability can only be placed on melee weapons. When vicious weapon strikes at an opponent, it's a flash of disruptive energy that resonates between the opponent and the wielder. Deals an extra 2d6 points of damage and 1d6 of damage to the wielder. That is fantastic. I like it. Oh, and it's moderate necromancy as well.
Yeah.
It's to be right up his alley.
Yeah.
It says vicious. Oh,
Nice.
honestly, that's one of my favorites. Alright then.
Oh yes. Larry likes.
Fantastic. That'll be 2,000 gold for you then. With this
Okay.
discount of 400, it'll be 1,600 that you still have to pay.
Yeah. Okay. And then count out the gold and hand it to him.
Fantastic. Oh god, this is a good day. Alright then, yes, it'll be the same time as enchantments don't require active attention. It just kind of it has to settle in for a while and then continue with the process. So when your friend Egonox comes back for his enchantment, yours should be ready at the same time. Roughly 8 hours from now or
Okay.
so.
8 hours. Larry feels uncomfortable without a weapon. Could you lend him one in the meantime? I don't mind giving gold as a deposit of sorts.
Roll me a diplomacy.
Okay, it is -1, amazing.
Give sword.
Me, I still got 3 weapons.
So he kind of like,
Sorry.
as you're saying this, he says, while I am all in the idea of businessmanship, I can't be giving my stock away. I'll tell you what, I have my personal dagger right here, and he pulls out this really crude iron dagger. He says, I will give you this, for the time being. If this would fit you?
Larry appreciates the offer, but it looks like a toothpick. I will ask my friends. Thank you very much.
Alright then. Sorry, I it's just policy that I have
No, Larry understands.
sheathes his dagger away and pulls a cloak over it. But yes, he tells us so, and then it should all be ready.
Okay, and
Fantastic.
obviously hands him his weapon, and I will walk out the store.
Oh, and be sure to tell your friends, Achilles' great enchantments.
Well, my friends told me about this place.
Spread the word. Can't do any harm.
Okay.
Then he like realizes, oh god, I have to get back to it, and he like rushes back to the behind the curtain to go tend to Egonox's enchantment. Cool. So mark off your 1,600 gold and this sack of gems.
Nice,
Okay.
I like the shop we found.
Alright then.
It's like the best shop ever.
As you're finding your way out of the storefront, Kiro is walking back towards the group as well. She asks you, Larry, is like, oh, did you find everything you need?
I did, yes.
Alright, I see you don't have a weapon with you. We getting attended to.
Yes, I am getting a vicious enchantment on it.
Okay, alright. So we'll be staying here overnight then, I guess.
Yes.
I'm getting a flame enchantment.
Alright then. So that sounds pretty interesting. I like the way you guys think. And Mr. Dwarf, Sullok,
Hello?
are you getting
What?
anything? Have you seen everything that you need to see?
Oh, yes, I've got some stone armor on the way. It's going to take 3 days.
Oh, okay, alright. So we might have some time on our hands still. Come, let me show you around. And then she kind of starts leading you guys around. While it's going on, I'm going to check in with Graeme. Graeme, you there?
Yo, what's up, man?
So, finding a bit, Sylis kind of like led off on his own mission to find Tt'rai, the lass that had the morgues, by the powerful necromancer. I assumed that would kind of be what your motive was, so just assumed.
Yep.
So you talk to the kind of receptionist person, Dunes, about where you might find her. He kind of told you that she would be in one of the main quarters. It's guarded, but if you ask politely, they might let you in. She's one of the leaders of the faction. So you follow the directions that he gives you. It takes you across the main kind of circle, it's quite a few times, like backwards and forwards. And so you find yourself quite deep within the cave system. And then you approach this rather wide set door. The passageway that you're walking in is about 3 meters wide and 5 meters tall. And you approach this stone-engraved doorway in front of you with 2 guards on either side, so 4 guards in total. And you know these are the quarters of Tt'rai.
Okay, nice.
So you're going to.
Yeah, I guess I'll just knock on the door.
As you kind of like reach your hand up to knock on the door, one of the guards kind of puts out his hand and says, "What's your business here?"
Good evening, sir. It is evening, right?
He kind of like looks up and says,
No, I'm
I don't
asking
know.
you. Is it evening?
You'd assume it's about midday now. You got there in the morning.
Alright, so it's about midday. Alright, well, I'll say good afternoon, sir. I'm here to speak with Tt'rai. I was directed here when I asked for her name.
What business do you have?
Ah, well, you see, I met her originally when she was out playing with her morgue.
Playing morgue.
Yes, well, one of them. And she wanted me to do a necromancy trick for her, so I did so, and she said that if I had any time, she'd like to teach me more.
Roll me a diplomacy.
Roll you a diplomacy, you say?
And I'm gonna roll another one, because there's 4 guards. Oh god. Okay, doesn't matter. The guards look at you, and 2 of them look pretty receptive. They're like, oh yeah, sure, this is cool. The 2 others that are closer to the door, like the 2 inner guards, kind of like look at each other, they're like, yeah, okay, but we're coming in with you to keep an eye on you.
Alright, I have no problem with this.
Alright, just say, stand back real quick. One of them kind of like knocks on the door with. Oh, sorry guys, 1 second.
Microphone muted. Microphone activated.
Sorry about that.
Knocks
one-
on the door with, sorry guys, 1 second, okay?
Yeah. Knocks on the door with his iron gauntlet. He says, Tarai, you have a visitor. He knows you. After a few minutes, like of waiting there, it's quite a decent amount of time. You just see the stone doors kind of open inwards. He says, yes, let him in.
Okay.
The guards are like, alright, we're coming in, just keep an eye though. And the 2 guys walk in with you and then allow you in. You see
Alright.
Tarai in more casual attire, but still looks quite formal and extravagant. She's wearing these kind of like black cloaks around her. Her hood is down, but you can see it is there, with cyan and dark blue trim on it.
Nice.
So would you say just
So-
nice?
Oh no, like, nice. Just give like an elaborate bow, like, yeah, at your service, as you requested.
Elaborate bow, you say?
Yes, an
Or we
elaborate
perform.
bow. God damn it, dude. Sylis is too tricksy for your bullshit.
Still managed to pull it off pretty well though. Though you find that when you do take a step back in your bow, you almost catch on your tail, even though it is caught under an illusion. It is still there. You find yourself like stumble on it ever so slightly, but you still manage to perform the bow as you were taught it all those years ago, and rather perfectly. Rai looks at you and says, "Yes. Don't worry about all those formalities. What's wrong with you? Stand up, come over, take a seat, take a drink. What do you want?" So you're saying in like a friendly way, not like, "What do you want?"
What the fuck you want, bitch? No, so Sylis will just explain that he's very interested in the power of her necromancy that she demonstrated. And she said that there was a open offer for him to come by if he wants to learn more, so...
Yes. Saying that. Honestly, I was a little drunk at the time when I was out on patrol, but I'll stay true to my word. Would you like to learn anything in particular, or what tips of the trade?
Well, obviously Sylis would know quite a bit about necromancy, even though I don't quite know it. What the fuck? Why is there no rules for tower shields? What the fuck?
Is it blowing in the background, Graeme?
Crickets.
Yeah, sorry.
No, blowing.
I don't know. Okay, so... Yeah, so he'll basically just talk shop with her about necromancy and what he wants to learn. He eventually wants to learn how to create his own, his own minions.
Like from thin air, essentially.
Kind of, yeah.
She kind of thinks over for a bit, and she says, like in a gist, she'll kind of elaborate on it and all that, but essentially she says, well, creating from thin air isn't necessarily necromancy. We tend to draw on the resources that are there, but perhaps warlocks, or that might even be conjuration or evocation.
Well, demon
Not essentially.
summoning is another thing, but...
By minions, I'm assuming you don't actually mean just bring back to life.
Well, I can... What does she mean? I want to bring back people back to life,
Well, yeah, essentially
not just their bodies.
Yeah, she kind of like necromancy rolls around something that was alive originally, can be brought back and manipulated and toyed with essentially at your whim. From what I gather, you're talking about like summoning minions from another plane or creating them from thin air kind of thing. Or am I on the wrong plane here?
No, I was talking about like resurrecting bodies, like the necromancer from
Oh, yeah, sure,
Bad
yeah,
Blood,
sure.
that sort of shit.
Yeah, she'll be able to tell you that. She gives you like in-depth explanations on like, the best time to like resurrect a corpse and like just before rigor mortis sets in and all that kind of stuff. And once you have control of them, like how to maintain that link with all of them so that they don't like, just fall dead. And essentially, she just enhances your knowledge on it. And you guys have like a long chat about it all. Eventually, the guards get comfortable enough that they like, "You seem okay in here." And one of them leaves, but one of them stays, and he's kind of like chilling in the back, just seated, taking it rather easy.
Can you fuck off, mate? I want to flirt with her.
Just do it in front of him.
You can see that Tarai and the guards are on rather casual terms, not like super official. Seem to be rather friendly with each other, so maybe they'd be chilled with that, but maybe not. You don't know.
Well,
Roll
nothing
call.
ventured. No, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, I guess.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna try and flirt with her then?
Yep, why not?
Alrighty. What are you gonna do? Like something performance-wise, or something just purely verbal, like complimenting her?
Oh fuck, dude. I don't even know.
I'll tell you what. Just roll me either a diplomacy or a perform, whichever one's higher for you.
Okay, diplomacy or perform.
Yeah.
Bluff is even higher than both of them, but hey.
Are you gonna be lying though?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen underneath her hood. I don't fucking know if she's beautiful.
Well, you can tell that she's like slim and like tell pretty much about her figure.
So I'm screwed. Okay, good to know. Oh yeah.
Alright, you can tell after you've probably been in her quarters for closing in on 2 hours now. And things have slowly been progressing to get more and more like flirtatious and that kind of stuff. Eventually, at one point, the guard kind of chimes in, the last guard in the room, and he says, "Sorry, madam, should I leave you alone?" And she kind of just like gives him a bit of a nod, and he's like, "All right then." He leaves the room.
Proceed to kill her now.
Then resurrect her, just using her tips.
Roll initiative.
Sorry, miss. I just wanted to see if your tips actually worked.
Oh no.
Oh Christ.
So, ad-libbed, what are you trying to do?
Ad-libbed.
Yeah,
Well,
so not like
obviously-
explicit roleplay details.
Okay, not explicit roleplay details. Well, obviously I'm trying to get into her pants.
Hasn't she got a dress on?
Well, her panties. If she wears them. Ooh. No,
She's just got a
Chastity
morgue
bolt.
guarding there.
just got a morgue. Okay. Fuck. I don't even know.
Well, if that's what you're trying to do, then I'm going to ask you to roll me one more diplomacy check.
And then obviously I'm also trying to see whether she'd be okay with me just hanging around and learning about the sweet, sweet power of necromancy.
I'll say that'll fall into the same diplomacy check. Cool. So one more and then we'll see how it goes.
Really fucking well, as it turns out.
Sorry, I'm just going to do this real quick. God. Sorry, I'm just thinking what to do here real quick. Yeah, you know what? Do it. Let's see. Oh wait, Amy there. Just turn this mark off.
He's just checking his mark settings,
Okay.
just for that constant in the background.
Is that better?
We'll see. I can't really hear too much now. So she, after she kind of like picks up on the hint, she kind of like Thinks over for a second. Tell you what, it's a little early for anything right now. So if you come around here a little bit later, see what I can do. Just if anyone asks, you weren't here.
I was not here.
Good, good, good.
No.
And she kind of just like flashes you a wink and all that good stuff. Just
All
go
that
on,
good
I just
stuff.
got some work to do today.
Alright, I fuck off then.
Alright. So, where are you going to head to? Are you going to try to find the rest of the party, or?
Yeah, why not?
Alright. How are you going to do this? Like, are you going to try and roll a, are you going to ask around to see if anyone's seen like an ogre, or?
Well, we will probably all be heading to the inn.
It wouldn't be like a dedicated inn building, but like a different room system would be available. We wouldn't really call it an inn down here, it's just kind of the sleeping quarters.
Or like the bar or a place to go and eat, would probably be heading to a place like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll say that Sylis finds you along the way like after a bit of time. But asking people, you found there isn't actually a dedicated social bar. People just tend to buy the alcohol and drink it in their room if they really want to get drunk. And the arrangement for sleeping and that kind of stuff is that there are rooms for the more permanent residents of this facility, and for travelers and that kind of stuff, there is a like near the top. There's a kind of like halfway house that people can stay at for like a few nights, or they need to do like store their stuff and all that. So that's where you'd likely have to go. So top sections. You're gonna make your way there, or you're gonna try pick up something to drink on the way.
What do you say,
well-
guys? I think we should make our way there.
Larry is hungry. And yeah, I tend to scout Kura. Kura?
Yeah, that would be name.
Yeah. And do you know where to get some food?
I haven't actually. I don't think I've actually eaten here. I just pass through every now and then. I haven't spent the night. Let me just check. And she kind of like just goes into the. You're still like in the marketplace corridor at this point. She kind of just goes into the closest store and says, "Madam," and this old lady like raises it. Yes. What do you need? Sorry.
Fuck you want?
we need to find some food and some sleeping quarters. Do you know where? Just, oh God, yeah. Just like goes into this whole ramble about like intricate directions, like on how to get places, all these like weird things along the way. You can just turn left by the little corner of Steinhurst and blah blah. And along the way, you get a rough idea of where to go. So for food, it'll be rather close to where the sleeping quarters are. It's like on the same level, but across from the circular pit. So
Cool.
you guys know where to head, essentially.
All right.
So Kira says, "Thank you, madam. Have a good day." Kind of like taps her fingers on the counter and then like walks away. He's like, "God, well, that's strange." Anyway, let's go.
Reminds me of an alchemist I know.
So you guys head up to the upper quarters, and you find that on one of the upper levels, there's like a rather large open domed roof cavern where there's still some of those strange magical lights that you see above that like flicker every now and then, giving this one's just like a plain white hue across the entire room, not like the violet that you saw before, or any of the other tints that you've seen along the way. It's just like a plain, bland, very sterile and like not a very homely environment. The benches that are there are like kind of laid out in a circular pattern around, and there in the center there's like a tube going up that has some windows in it that the cooks hand out food through.
Ooh.
Yeah,
This
it's
place is
Larry's been
superb.
worse.
What'd you say,
This
Mark?
place is superb.
Yeah. Sullok said the place is superb, and Larry said he's been in worse.
Alright.
I've been in worse.
So you guys head up to the I'm guessing the central area, and you sorry, I'm just getting some loading. And you head to the counter. You can see that there's some chefs there that are currently like chopping away at some food. Oh, hello there. What would you like?
One food, please.
On food. Oh, you want to take a look at what we got? He kind of motions towards a menu. Gonna copy and paste this so you guys can check through it if you want.
Ooh, menus.
Yeah. Working on some random gen
Oh
stuff.
my
goodness.
Oh, why is that just so weird?
Dried
Big
lettuce.
dragon. I need some big dragon.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Wow, so you actually gain hit die as you level up. That's ridiculous.
What?
You gain hit die as you level up, so apparently my hit die for this character is 15. That's fucking ridiculous.
Jesus.
Wait, does everyone do that, or is it just your character?
This game's character.
That's the character I'm using now.
Which one are you? Which like base are you using?
Which base? What do you mean?
Fighter, alchemist,
Fighter.
Plus.
fighter.
I'm making him a complete and utter fucking tank. This guy is ridiculous.
Okay.
Oh, so what? Okay, alright.
Alright then. I get to throw stronger stuff at you. Cool. So
Egonox wants to know
A literal
that
tank.
poached
turrets and all.
peasant.
a pheasant.
Is it a real peasant?
A pheasant. It's a bird. Chicken. Not
bird.
chicken, but
There's an H there.
Ah,
yeah, we don't sell human. Gargoyle. Gives you a stank eye.
is that guy human that is busy telling me that?
Huh?
The guy that's busy telling me that is a human.
He's a human, yeah. And he kind of like, he looks at you very shiftily. He says, I know what you kind of like.
Egonox only wants bandits.
Unfortunately, on the menu, we don't have any bandits. So, want some pheasants?
Some of the dragon.
You wanna go
might
hungry?
Have eaten it.
Egonox will go hungry.
Alright then.
What the hell?
You have tea?
What in God's
What are you
name?
doing?
Oh, are you rolling for health?
Yeah,
Okay.
this character is fucking tank, dude.
Do you guys have tea? Egonox wants to taste the tea.
I got tea. Dr. Mildred are on the other side. She gives us drinks. And
Okay,
like,
cool.
Larry
on the
will have one baked dragon and artichoke.
big dragon.
You
It's
can
not
keep
f-
the wine.
It's not a full-size dragon, I hope you know that. Just the dragonlings.
Okay.
It's
Give me
little
the
ones.
roasted oxen then.
Roasted oxen. Okay, I'll give you some of that. And you kind of like pulls up
Can I
the-
have two portion of that? Because I see it's Nance copper.
Yeah, sure. Okay, and he like chops up some stuff and he throws it into like the central fire pit that he's got going. You can see there's like different pots simmering on this like large open flame. Just check back in like 5 minutes. These things do really quickly.
Thank you.
And
Ah,
Mr.
yes,
Dwarf, he
yes.
leans over the counter.
Mm.
What'd you like? And it dusts off his
Roasted
hand.
veal with nutmeg and artichoke. Glass of brandy as well, thank you.
I can do that. Any specific brandy that you want? A few different strains here.
Well, what do you have in stock?
Oh, from the foreign lands of Draconia, we have the Draconid brew. I don't know, it's not a fancy of mine. It's this, he kind of like holds up this blue vial. It's like, it's strange. Apparently the silver dragonborn like it quite a lot.
Blue.
I don't know. We only have
Blue
like one customer
brandy.
that has it around here, so it's pretty much for him. We got this dwarven ale. And he kind of like holds this bottle. You can see it's rather empty, so it's this is quite a popular one. What's the blood brandy? Actually, sorry, did that wrong. Apparently, they actually brew this with a bit of the owner's blood in it. I don't know.
They do, yes. It's a weird commodity.
To their own. I mean,
Anything else?
as long as it's not infected.
What
let
do
me
they
check
make
here.
with blood?
Brandy.
The dwarven blood brandy. The owner cuts his wrist every morning and dips it into the latest mixture. It's any tradition of theirs. I don't know. That's what I've heard, at least. I don't know if it's just marketing.
No, it's true. A lot of people have died of blood loss to that. Really stupid.
Egonox won't want that. Must taste horrible.
Let me see. And you kind of have to like go through a couple of the bottles. And like, I got some vodka here, the potent stuff. I think the other only brandy that I have is this. You just like to call it lightning grease.
Lightning grease.
Yeah.
Ugh, I'll take the dwarven blood brandy, thank you.
Dwarven blood brandy. All right then. It's the same price. Doesn't matter to me. And I pours you out a glass and says, "I hope you like it." In a goblet,
Thank you.
a metal goblet.
Stir it up.
All right then.
Delicious.
I'm guessing you guys find a seat, and then after a few minutes, you come back and get your food. You guys find that all your portions are ever so slightly below average. You find that there aren't many muscular or really hardy people here that require big meals. It's mostly scholars and that kind of stuff, so they can make the same amount of money off of smaller portions, essentially. So you guys find that you aren't. Larry, you found that you're full afterwards because you had 2 portions, but Sullok is like you're not entirely full. Like you could still eat a little bit more if you wanted to, but essentially just for roleplay.
Well,
Still like a day's worth of rations, essentially.
quite right. The brandy knocks
The brandy's
it off.
really nice. You found dwarven. Anything dwarven sits really well in your mouth. Like the flavor's like pretty much built for your kind, so to speak.
That and maybe a case of placebo because it has dwarven on it.
Yeah, dwarven must be good.
Who was the guy that was talking to us? Was that one of the chefs?
Yeah. You didn't ask for his name. I don't,
Okay.
if you went back, would you ask for his name or?
Yeah.
Chef
I'm just gonna say we're now finished with the stuff. I'm gonna go up to him and say, "Oh, what's that?"
So sorry to interrupt. How much gold would a character starting now get?
Character starting now.
200, I think.
No, give him way more than that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll say.
750.
Roll 1d10 and then times it by 100.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So much a variation.
Or just
Oh my god, and then the game decides to stop me.
Alright, well, whenever you do that, we'll get to it. So what were you saying, Larry? You head back to him afterwards? And...
yes. So after the meal, I'm gonna go and thank him and say that was very delicious. He just, he doesn't really care much for taste. He just says things like that.
Yeah.
Chef, quoi favor, c'est vrai.
Quantity, not quality.
That's what I say.
Do you ask for his name?
Yes.
900
Larry,
gold
what is your name?
He says, I'm the chef around here. I pretty much feed everyone, really. My name's Leokas.
Leokas, pleased to meet you. I have one question for you.
Yeah?
Do you, by any chance, know of a wandering dwarven smith by the name of Iraitra Runehouse?
Check that out. Let me see if he would actually know about that. Yeah, Graeme, sorry, you would have gotten 900 gold there essentially, so just add that to your character.
Lovely.
Let's see if he knows about that. Oh god, I expected element. Oh wait,
Lol.
1D, there you go. Sorry, her name was...
Ebola.
I think I've got her somewhere.
No, that's country.
I just want to see if he knows anything more about her, so I can look it up in my character.
It actually is Eritrea.
That is what I said. I'm tempted to say, I think.
Eritrea.
Eritrea. How do we always find these names in Sam's campaign?
Why?
There's so many named, like it's bound to happen.
Oh, shit.
Damn it.
So, he kind of says, yeah, I actually have heard of her. Eritrea. I know that she is real. I haven't met her myself, but a very close friend of mine that I do trust dearly with my life. He has encountered her too long ago. Last I heard, she was east of Stattertot. Rather close by, though. She seems to hang around in the area
Which way is that again?
south of you. That's where you're heading.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go, yeah. The
Arab.
abandoned city.
How convenient! It's where you're heading.
Hey!
So yeah, east of Stattertot is the last known location of her that you heard of.
Alright.
I think I just need to add a character entry for her. I don't have one.
Jesus.
What?
Field plate is so fucking expensive, mother of God.
This is just alright with me.
1,200 GP for field plate.
Yep, that's where.
Yep.
That's why I wear a chain shirt.
And I told you she was a legendary blacksmith, right?
I just knew that she was a wandering dwarven smith. I didn't know that she was legendary.
Right.
I know that meta knowledge, but yeah, I don't know that as Larry.
Cool. So she's in your journals now. Richie Runehouse. Yeah, last known location east of Stattertot, female legendary blacksmith. Legendary female blacksmith. Cool.
Sweet.
Alright then.
And thank him again for the food, and yeah,
Not a
go back
problem.
to-
Not a problem.
and yeah, I'll go back to the others.
Alright. Cool. So, what's the plan? Sylis, you would have found them by now. So if you want to grab some food as well, there's a menu there. All that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Just
I will try
minus
down.
the cost of your food off all your stuff.
I have.
I'll trust that you guys will do it because I'm not keeping track of coppers.
Is there a board around here that I can see if there's any jobs
Wait, we have to
available?
pay for food? Fuck that damn thing, Silas. I'll just eat my trail rations.
Okay. Trail rations, you know, are not as pleasant by far. They're like charred out, like meat,
Fruit.
Yeah, like,
yum yum.
all that kind of
Dry
stuff. Whereas
yum,
this is
yum.
like proper home cooked meals.
That
Yeah,
one meal
man,
is
I'm just chowing those
non-compass,
things down, man.
So Egonox, you said you were going to
Non-compass
ask
is
around for
nothing.
some jobs or find a board.
Yep.
So after looking around, you kind of wander around a few of the corridors. You're not too sure exactly where to go, but you think the best bet would probably be to go to that receptionist area. You found the same man sitting, standing at the same table, Dunes. But now he has like quite a few more papers out, like he's writing down things. He looks at me and says, "Oh, hello there, Egonox. What can I do for you?"
Oh, hello, Junes. Egonox is wondering if there are any jobs available, maybe bandits or anything like that that you need to get rid of.
Okay, let me just check real quick. And he kind of like goes under the table. He's got a few papers here and there. He like pages through some of them. Nice. You don't want to like escort carts to Torgoshen and stuff, I guess. Doesn't look like you. You want some action.
Yeah.
Here's one. Week old, but I mean, surely still relevant. He like kind of like flicks out the paper. And he says, "Spider infestation in the southern caverns." How does that sound? Some big old spiders. I think these guys want them cleared out so that they can start clearing up the area again. As I was telling you about before, the creatures that burrow through these areas, the spiders tend to follow them. We have an infestation.
Any thieving problems, bandits or anything like that?
Thieving? No, we keep pretty good track on that around here. Why am I going American for everyone? Sorry.
Just the theme for tonight.
I'm just listening to too much Critical Role.
Lol.
He says, no, it's just not too much thievery, I guess. I mean, anyone that steals around here, like, have some pretty good authority keeping an eye on that stuff. We pretty much can scry the entire area at once with this magic that's emanating from the stone. Fortunately, no thieving. Besides, you guys stealing some of our steinheist from the surface. But I don't assume that you want to turn yourselves in. It's been swept under the rug anyway. That's the only case that we've had in a while.
I see. So you do not have any bandits down here at all?
No, nothing. There's the Duragar that are in the southern tunnels. And we do always have an active mining operation going on at the bottom to move things out of the way, and I mean that's mainly just some underdark creatures that you can maybe go and help protect the miners from. You want to do that? I don't know. Aren't you heading somewhere though?
I see. So at this point, I'll lean up real close to him, so I can
Kiss.
talk nice and softly.
Yeah.
And I'll tell him, you see, Dune, actually, I'm looking for a bandit to eat.
Okay, I see.
Egonox is a gargoyle, so unfortunately, I have to eat human, and I'm looking for a bandit.
Okay, I see what you're talking about. All right. Well, I don't judge. I mean, we're necromancers here. We don't really mind. And being necromancers, you can assume that we have a. He kind of like leans in again. He's like a supply of bodies on hand.
There's a twinkle in my eye.
Just because we don't have active crime in the area doesn't mean that there aren't criminals. Any criminals that there are get caught pretty quickly, and we do have a holding cell for them. They don't tend to last long, as we do need experimentation subjects. So if you head down to the holding area, essentially the prison that we have here, slip the guard some coin. He'll give you one of them. Do whatever you want with them.
Thank you very much, Dune.
Alright then.
You have possibly saved everyone in this cave.
All right then, and keep it on the down low a bit. I mean, even though we do experiment with the bodies here, cannibalism is still a bit of a taboo around everywhere. So it's not as frowned upon here. It's still, some people get shifty about it. So don't let anyone say that I told you this, okay?
Not to worry, not to worry. I thank you very much for your kindness, and
No worries.
also for keeping it quiet.
And he gives you directions on how to get to the holding cells where they keep the criminals. Do you want to head down there now?
Definitely.
All right. You get to it's kind of rather a largish corridor that you go into. Pretty much the similar one that Graeme walked down, 3 meters wide, 5 meters tall, curved ceiling, and the lights on the top. These lights are magically lit with a white light, and at the end you can see there is an iron portcullis that's blocking the corridor ahead. 3 guards in front of it, one standing like in front of the main kind of latch that holds it down. And as you get close to them, you see they kind of like stiffen up, like they're a little bit cautious with a gargoyle. And they're like, hello?
Hello.
No. So what would you like to do?
So what? All 3 of them are right in front of me, huh?
Yeah. They're not like acting too hostile, they're just like cautious.
Hi there, guys. I don't mean any trouble. I've come to see you guys with a problem. Maybe you guys can assist me.
Well, what are you looking to do? You know where you are, right? This is the holding cells.
Egonox is 100% sure of where I am. Not to worry about that.
Okay.
As you guys do know, I'm gonna move real close now and keep this on the quiet.
Okay, as you move really close, he like kind of holds his hellbard in 2 hands, like across his body, to kind of like give him some distance. Sorry, I can hear you perfectly fine from there. What's the matter?
Forward and I say, please, I need one of your bandits, preferably a human.
Oh, looking to buy someone?
Yes, please.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Oh, plenty of deals like that around here. Human, you say?
Yes, please.
Okay, that'll be alive or dead? Matter?
Even half dead's fine, but still a little bit
So
alive.
Okay. Okay. And he like pulls out a scroll that he has on his side, checking out prices, literally. Says human. How does an elderly male, aged 65. He's quite old and withered, but life left in him. Hasn't been here for too long. We caught him outside, harassing some of the necromancers as they were coming and going. Is that okay with you?
Oh, well, he sounds he sounds fine.
Okay. And like, just like, okay, what? Okay, that'll be 2 gold 50 for him then.
Excellent.
All right.
Holy shit, slaves are so cheap.
Will you be needing shackles or anything to take him out, or are you just? Will he be leaving the area? Should I say?
Well, if you could just leave me in there with him for a little bit, I wouldn't mind.
All right then. Okay. Kind of rolls up the scroll, put it in the back pouch that he has and closes it. And he pulls out some keys that he has. Like it's this huge, not huge, probably like a circle, maybe 20 centimeters in diameter. Like that holds a bunch of keys on it. And he looks over them, like looking at the kind of engravings on the side of them, obviously like related to different cells. There we go, this one. E15C. Okay. Takes it off. Says, so yeah, just go in there, look for E15C. That's your man. Takes the key to you.
Excellent. Thank you so
Do
much.
you give him the gold?
You give him the gold. I give
Alright.
him 3 gold.
3 gold. Okay. I don't care for bribes, whatever. I don't know what you're trying to win favor for, but I'll take it.
It's just to show kindness.
I'll take it then. Thanks. Alright,
Thank
so
you.
he unlocks the main latch holding down the portcullis, and him and his 2 guard friends lift up the portcullis, let you under, and then as you go through, they kind of lift it down again. When you want to come out, just come tell us. And he locks the gate behind you. You find that as you
tension.
you find that as you down the corridor, it continues for a little while longer, and then like goes down some steps, slowly like widening out into like it's a central room that has a bunch of other corridors going off of it. Each of the corridors is labeled like A, B, C, that kind of stuff. You head down the one that's called E, if you want to run away somewhere. You find your kind of cell on the side there. There are quite a few. A lot of these cells are full, and you can. There's definitely the stench of death in the air around you. Even though it is really dark, there's not much light. Just like a few here and there. Magical sprites kind of illuminating the area. You still need to use your dark vision to see properly. But
Nice.
in the cells, you can definitely smell some corpses rotting, and even see a few here and there. As you continue further along, looking for your man, you see that there's an orc there. He's kind of like sitting there, like twiddling his thumbs, like bending some straw together, and looks up at you and says, "Hey, what are you doing here?"
None of your business.
Fine. Goes back to it. You can see in the cell next to him is the one that's listed on your key. EC, whatever it was, I think. E15C, I think it was. And inside you see this old, rather scrawny man. He's balding on top, but he's got like quite a long grey beard on him. And he's lying in the it's like a filthy cell. It's got some like there's like some straw on the side there. It smells of urine. There's feces in there. It's like
Yum.
you can see a human bone in the back corner, just like a femur or something. But there's no actual corpses in there with him. He seems to be like deep asleep when you approach. You.
Okay, so when I'm approaching him, he's still fast asleep.
Sorry, my mic
Okay,
isn't
cool.
picking myself up sometimes.
No worries, no worries. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll go into the cell and I'll lock the door behind me.
Are you trying to do this like sneakily to like not wake him up, or?
Well, not really.
Okay. So you open the door, and as you like clink the key in and open the door, it's like, and you can see kind of like, oh god, oh no, oh my god, and he's like looking up at you, this stone gargoyle figure. He's like, oh jeez, oh god,
Red glowing eyes.
yeah, like really creepy.
Hush,
What do you-
hush, keep quiet.
You here for me?
Let me come and sit next to you. I need to tell you something.
What do you? Close the door behind you, right?
Yeah, and lock it.
Okay. What do you want?
Okay, so I'm seated right next to him now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna reach over to make like I'm gonna tell him something, and then just grab his mouth shut with my hand.
With your mouth.
Da, da, da.
You just
Sexual
you bought a man,
tension.
and now you're gonna like just make out with him. Shh. It's okay, baby. It's all over.
That came out so wrong.
Righty then.
So you kind of sit down next to him, and he's like had to get as close to corner as possible. The corner closer to the orc cell at this point. Anything in between you and the orc cell is like some iron bars, by the way. And you kind of have to like shift over to like get close to him. And you say you want to like put your hand on his mouth, essentially.
Yep.
Like this forcefully, or like just gently, like to tell him to forcefully. All right. So in a swift motion, you actually roll me a sleight of hand check real quick, just to see how quickly you can move your hand.
Okay, 1 second. Where is... Okay, right here, I see it.
Okay. So as you like lean up to him, you're saying, "Don't worry, don't worry," and you try and like quickly move your hand to the to his mouth to like shut him up, but essentially he like kind of ducks out of the way, and he just starts screaming. Through these stone hallways, it starts echoing extremely loudly. There were some wails going on before, but there were no like blood-curdling screams. And this old man just starts like wailing as loudly as his crippled voice can. I can't do an old man scream, so you're just gonna have to imagine. But as this happens, the orc next to him, "Hey, what are you doing, man?" He tries to like lean through the bars and like reach through and grab you. You're just out of his reach, though. What are you doing to him?
I don't say a word. And I continue to try and eat this guy.
Hey, look at me. What are you doing to him? You can just carry on, like, you'll be able to grapple the old man if you need to, while he's screaming. Do you want to put your hand over his mouth, like, when you get a hold of him?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then obviously go for the neck.
Alright then. So you manage to muffle him eventually. As you do this, the orc can see you now, and you bite into the old man's neck. As you cut through the windpipe, his screams just get cut off, essentially. He is still writhing around, though, as you didn't get one of the arteries initially. You manage to bite into it again, and you can you taste the blood in your mouth. You feel immediate relief, satiation. What's the word? When you feel full. Immediate, like, this is like
satisfaction.
Satisfaction, and you feel sated of this
I was
meal.
worried about turning into a ghoul.
Yeah. The immediate satisfaction of it all, and as this man's blood fills your mouth. As this is happening, though, the world around you almost seems to like dull, that you're not like focusing on your senses. You're just kind of like getting engorged in this. You just continue eating through this. You continue eating the man.
That's correct.
Alright. You find that as you finish the meal, you're not even sure how long it took you, maybe like an hour to finish him off. You kind of like come to your senses and realize what's going on around you. You look up and you see in the other cell, there's this, the orc has like been reaching through this entire time. Like his arms are bloody and raw now, trying to like reach through here. And his face is just distraught. And like he's just kind of like mumbling, "There's something wrong with you." Like he's almost cursing you essentially under his voice. And looking around again, still the smell of death in the air, but also the satisfaction of this meal that you've just had. And then you look out, you still have the key on you, and you look out to see through the grate. There's now one of the guards standing there outside looking at Jesus. Okay.
Yes.
Are you okay now?
Yes, I am good. I will be leaving now.
Alright then.
I unlock the door.
He backs up quite far before he's keeping at least 10 meters in between you and him as you unlock the door. He kind of like moves down a bit of the corridor, and then he lets you out. But on your way past, as you leave this bloodstained cell behind you, the orc just starts screaming at you. "You're a monster! You are a devilish creature. You should feel ashamed of yourself."
I don't even look back, just keep walking.
So the guard that came to the cell to like see what was happening, kind of like gives a bit of a head nod to his friends to like open up the portcullis, and he gives you a bit of a wide berth and says, "Sir, be on your way."
Thank you very much. If I need to see you guys again, I shall come and see you.
Okay. Kind of like bows his head. He's like, just like a, oh my god, what did I just see? Thing. Okay. They lock the portcullis and look. Men, we still have to guard. At your posts. And like wipes his
I
nose
think
a bit.
those are all a little bit shaky right now.
Yeah, they've never essentially. This would all start coming back to you, like you'd realize what was going on. As you ate into the man, the orc was screaming and like just trying to get through the bars to you. And as these screams were permeating through the entire all the area, there was quite a commotion that was built up around, and one of the guards came to check if everything was okay. And yeah, like you essentially stirred up quite a ruckus there, but you didn't realize because you were in this almost blood frenzied mode, getting this meal.
Going wild.
Yeah, when you did come to event, things had like kind of died down. It had been like an hour or so, so the commotion had kind of subsided. But yes, there were blood-curdling screams around as this was happening, but you didn't really realize. Anyway, so where are you heading to?
There's poop scared of gargoyles now.
Yeah. A lot of people have heard the rumors of what gargoyles are, but it's always like been up in the air, like these fairy tales. Like, do they really eat people? Like, do they need that? It's like no one's really sure. But when you see someone's fears be confirmed like that, there's a bit of a change in their attitude. Yeah. What's the story? Are you guys going to? Yeah. Okay, there's a bathhouse, so you managed to go there. If you want to clean up, then just take off.
Definitely.
Yeah, take off. I'm gonna say this is 1 silver because it is quite hard to get the same facilities down here.
No problem.
All right. So after you're all cleaned up and there's no blood on you anymore, where do you head to? What do you do?
I'm gonna head to where the other guys are, and then just chill outside the room there.
All right then. So everyone else, have you guys gone to go and find some rooms for the night, or is that okay with you?
Yeah.
All right. Here will be 2 silver per night. You guys gonna be staying here for the full 3 nights for Byron to get his armor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I assume so.
Oh.
Are you all cool if we fast forward time with that? I do still have to do something with Sylis real quick, but this is pretty much the last thing I need to check with you all. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Could we just like do a roll maybe to see if we can find out anything in those days, like just anything interesting, talking to the people, or?
Okay. All of you, I'll have you roll me a diplomacy and a perception. See how good you are with reasoning with people and how much you overhear. In the meantime, Sylis, are you going to be heading back to Tarai's room that night?
Definitely.
Alright then. As you get to the doors, hear some sort of shouting on the other side. There's definitely a man's voice in there. There's still the 4 guards on the outside. They still seem stoic as ever. But on the other side of the door, you hear a man's voice and Tarai's voice in a rather heated argument with each other.
Can I tell what the heated argument's about?
Roll me a perception.
You mean roll your naked D20? Might as well.
Did anybody perhaps try any luck with Aimee?
Shame, she's still got no luck with that laptop, so she's still stuck without a laptop.
Hectic.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Got
it is a
17
genuine
years.
story, so it's not like she's messing around or anything.
What did you say you got, Graeme? Sorry?
17. Did it not come through?
No. Do you guys see it?
No.
No.
Yeah, you just DC'd there for a second, so it might have glitched out. You okay with rolling another one, just so we can check?
Huh.
There, what you can do now.
I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and call it halfway. So halfway between 4 and 17. Wait.
About 11.
11. So you can tell can catch a word every now and then. You'd pretty much have to guess what the argument's about, but you catch every now and then the obvious cheating, love, and why don't you love me? Coming from the man.
Oh, awkward.
You're still outside.
Oh dear.
I look at the guard and do that thing with the hand, like, oh, someone's in shit.
The guys kind of look at each other and they're like, kind of like, one walks up to me and says, "It's probably not the best time."
Come on, I'm charming. Fuck off. These guys don't know.
Well, one of them was in the room when Tarai asked him to leave, so they have a bit of an idea.
Oh, they know exactly how charming I can be. So, okay. Should I come back
So,
later
charge
and
goes from
ask one of
them
the
too.
guards?
Sorry, let me just check something real quick. They kind of like look at each other like, I don't know, what do you think? Talking amongst each other. Which they say, I don't know if you know what's been going on, but this Resta, the Resta is Tarai's lover. You can hear they're having some quarrel. They live together in the same quarters here, so I'd assume he'd be staying in the same room. I don't think it's the best idea.
Ah. Right, I say. And then, by the way, have I heard any rumors about like highly magical places around this area or not?
Not today, but next 2 days, that's when those perception and diplomacy rolls will come into play, so we'll see how that pans out.
Okay. In that case, I'll just be like, alright then, let Mirai... sorry, what's her name again? Fuck, I forgot.
Tarai.
Tarai. Yeah, let Tarai know that I stopped by. Maybe do it without him hearing.
Alright.
Right then, and then I'll walk off.
Let me just add this real quick to her character.
So the guard's just not going to tell the guy. That's... Wow, what a bro.
Oh wait, roll me diplomacy. Sorry.
Call the wingman.
Relay, Gion, shoes. Right.
Bro guard, yeah.
Okay. So they all look at each other and
He's
they're
still
like,
rolling as Graeme, by the way.
unacceptable. So they look at each other and they're like, to be honest, I don't think she's actually mad. I don't think this is all about you. It's someone else. So I won't say anything about you coming here. I don't even think Resta knows of you, so it's fine. It's fine. I won't say anything.
Well, that makes me feel good. Oh well. Whatever.
There's a fourth one. Anyway,
Hey, so long as I get some of that sweet, sweet necromancer booty, I don't care.
maybe you will, maybe you won't. So what do you do? 180 and head back to the party?
Yeah, I'll head back to the party.
Alrighty then. So you all what are your guys' rolls? So Egonox got a 16 and a 19. Yes. I got a 3 and a 16. Graeme, you got, was that first one for perception?
Perception, yeah.
Yeah, and then that second one was for diplomacy for what happened, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
Roll me
so you-
another diplomacy real quick just to check. And then, Sullok, are you not going to be listening around for any rumors, or?
Rumors on what?
These two rolls, it's perception and a diplomacy, just to see what you guys, is it you waiting for your armor to be ready, the 3 days, sorry.
To see if we learn anything.
Yeah, to see if you learn
new.
anything around, see what's up.
Yeah, alright.
Alright then.
I'll take. What does that take? Perception.
Roll roll a diplomacy and then roll a perception.
Roll a what?
Diplomacy
Yes, and then?
and then a perception.
Perception, okay.
Oh, my back! I'm dying.
No. Wow.
So
Ooh.
guys,
Not
this
wrong.
character I'm creating that I'll probably play next session. If
Oh
Sylis,
my goodness.
If Sylis hasn't gotten rid of this session.
Yeah.
Listen to these stat lines. 74 HP, 26 AC, 30 CMD,
Sorry, AC what?
26 AC. Would be more, but my armor's too heavy.
I want to check over those stats.
Yeah,
what's
he does
done?
take a whole lot of penalties
Sounds
for
right to
ability
me, yeah.
checks, though.
Okay.
Yeah, like huge
Yeah.
Can't
penalties.
move.
Huge.
Larry just carries him, puts him somewhere. It's done.
Yeah.
Like,
no,
for
Larry,
everything
Larry
that
has
requires-
seen people like this before, so he's like, no, I'm not doing this.
Okay, so for everything that requires strength or dex, while I'm carrying my shield and wearing my armor, I have a -8 to everything that requires strength and dex.
Okay, I'm just linking that again for you guys so you guys can see it. Essentially, over the next 3 days, Larry, Egonox, and Sylis, and Sullok actually, you hear that the main news that's happening is the faction that resides in the Trident Tower. They seem to be gathering forces
Talking
lately.
to fishes because
Yeah.
of the trident.
No, they seem to be gathering their forces lately, like reinforcing their walls. Essentially, they're
I'm so sorry.
this faction resides in. Mainly druids and martyrs. Don't deal much with sorcery and that kind of stuff. But they've been reinforcing their walls and seemingly preparing for something. You're not too sure what. It's all up in the air. Like some people say, like, oh, maybe some dragons are coming. Maybe some Bahirs from the mountains will come down and like migrate there, so they're getting ready for any attacks that may occur. They seem to just be preparing for something. Sullok, with your 20, you do also hear something, not too sure what exactly, but there's some talks of these hags that might be residing around the west of the Stattertrot, City of the Dead. Hags, like witches and these dastardly fiends that apparently been experimenting lately with gargoyles and constructs like that.
My goodness. The
Time to kill me
origins
another
of
witch.
Egonox.
I hate witches with a passion.
Alright then. So, you might want to mark that down in case you need to know that. Yeah, that's what you guys pretty much find over the next few days. The talk about the Trident is probably the most commonly talked about thing. Seems like a pretty hot topic. Like people are debating, like, what could they be preparing for? In any case, there's not much other than that, other than the general horror stories of the City of the Dead that you hear and talk about when maybe the southern tunnels may open soon or not.
Speaking of,
Yeah.
sorry about that. Speaking of opening tunnels, would I be able to ply Kura and see if she's DTF?
Oh, good lord, Graeme. Oh.
It's in my
Ugh.
character sheet. I have to do it.
I'm gonna say the next day that you go there, because you're probably gonna go check it out
How you
midday
place
after or
that?
something. You'll find
Order.
that I forget his name, but the guy is still in there, and it's best that you leave it alone for a little while. At night, you see that he isn't there. You enter Tarai's quarters, and the guards let you in, and she seems a bit too nonchalant for the situation, actually. Not visibly upset. Actually, let me just check something real quick. Can you roll me a sense motive?
I mean, can I roll you a naked D20? Of course I can.
Yeah.
Rather keeping with character, he's not very wise, this guy. Fuck's given 0.
Entering the room, Tarai looks elated to see you. Think.
Oh, shit. Alright, in that case, Sylis senses that he can go in for the kill and turns on the charm to max.
And by that, you mean like straight striptease? Or what?
No.
Just
He's-
leap on the
he's
table
aiming-
like, but I'm being.
He's aiming for one of two things. Either she takes him on as an apprentice, so he can learn necromancy,
Yeah.
or he just beds her and then skedaddles.
Okay.
Whichever comes
Um,
first, basically.
She can see as you enter the room, you feel very comfortable because somehow you sense that she is happy to see you. And as you take a seat in front of her, she just like puts her hand on her head and says, "Sylis, darling, as charming as you are, now please, can I talk to you a few days time or something maybe? Is that okay?
Oh, yeah. Sylis is used to rejection at this
Sorry
point.
about that. Yes. Not the best time. Kind of like
Well, I graciously accept then.
so she ushers you out of the room. The guards kind of look at you as no luck.
They say no luck.
No luck, yeah.
Yeah, but that's just what happens when you play the game. Hey, and I give them a nudge.
Take it like a champ. She'll be fine. They just carry on at their post.
Sweet, sweet.
So, the day of reckoning comes by, and you guys all head down to the marketplace, if this is okay with you all.
Yep.
Harry and Egonox, you guys head to the not the armor enchanter, the weapon enchanter, and he is rather, he's got a visible bead of sweat on his brow, and the weapons are there on the counter waiting for you already. He says, "Oh, I've been waiting for you. Sorry, the last bit of the enchantment is always the hardest. Bit of a
Aha.
zap to get it all finished. Yes, it's all done. So, what do you think? You want to give it a swing around?
Definitely.
Alright.
Meta knowledge, I would have asked for a red emerald.
Yeah, okay, that would be a red ruby, I'm guessing then. And
Yeah.
if you get red emeralds. He would have done that for you. It would be embedded in the hilt now. A rather large diamond-shaped gem stood in the pommel of it.
Hmm.
Diamond-shaped ruby, sorry. Not. And Larry, with yours, you see that on the end of each, so there's your chain, there's the handles,
Yeah.
and then there's the chain, and then the kind of flails in the end. You see that there is where you would grip it. You would put your hand over a gem in either hand, and then at the base, so where the chain meets the kind of end of the flail, it are like small gems set into it. Would you have a preference over what like style of gem you'd want, or anything?
Yeah, just preferably one that's not very like extremely vibrant. It's I still at the same time want to be a little bit stealthy,
Okay.
like a deep green or something.
Yeah. Would an onyx be okay with you? Like a
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. So there would be onyx like almost handles on it that you can hold on to, and then small pieces of onyx in the actual ends of the flail. And you find that when you grab them on the pieces of the gem, you can feel like yourself like attached to it a bit more, like it's magnetized to your hand, essentially.
I see.
It's just how it feels though. And Egonox, when you grab your bastard sword, you feel that when you hold the hilt, some intuitive connection with you and the sword now. You knew the exact weight of it and all before, all that kind of stuff, and it's still the same. Like the weight is the same. It's just it feels like there's some kind of energy in it that is very in tune with your body right now.
Flame on.
Yeah. So he does say one last thing to you, Egonox. He says, "For your enchantment, I still haven't set this, so it's still ready to be done. You do need a word to incite the flame. What would you like it to be? It can be anything, really."
Probably just flame on and
Flame
then
on.
flame
Alright.
off.
Okay. if you don't mind, and he grabs the lid again. And you can see him creating this almost, what would it be? Like a circular spell glyph. There you go, a glyph in midair that he holds right next to the pommel, and he whispers into it. You can hear he whispers flame on into it. With that, you can see the ruby in the bottom glows a bright red, and then simmers down to just not lit up anymore. It says, "Alright, it's all ready. You take care of it.
Thank you very much.
I'm quite proud of this work."
I see you have done a very nice job. Have you got something I could test it out on?
We do have some training dummies down bottom. A lot of necromancers use it to see how good they can get their beings to take down subjects, but I'm sure they won't mind. Just straw men that you can train on. Check in with the guards barracks, and he kind of gives you the directions down there.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
And if you guys head down there, I'm gonna go to Sullok real quick. Sullok, you walk to the armorsmith that you found a few days before.
Mm-hmm.
He's sitting there, like, tapping his fingers together, like, around a little bit, not shiftily, like, almost expectantly, like, waiting for someone.
Hey,
as you show your head, oh god, Sullok, yes, hello. How are you doing?
Yes, hello. How are you, Mr. Armorsmith?
I think fantastic. I've finished your stone plate. I managed to get the purple imbued perfectly into the stone. I swear to God,
lovely.
it will
Let
not
me
come
see.
out. Chip away at the armor, and it'll still be as vibrant as the day it is now. Would you like to try it on?
Yes, of course.
Right, and he kind of like hefts up, places it on the counters.
Mm-hmm.
This is it all here for you.
Fantastic.
So yes, there's the chest plate, the kilt covering, the greaves, the gauntlets, and the helm.
Right.
Is that all okay for you?
Guess that's fine. Do you think the helm will be able to fit a bowler hat on the top?
Oh yes. Look at this, and he kind of like shows you real quick that he can detach the top of it, so that it'll be like a kind of ring around your forehead with an open top.
And I kind of
like
put my hands on my cheeks in astonishment.
I noticed that you like your bowler hat.
Simply amazing. Oh, my lord.
Please do try them on.
Yes,
Yes, you'll find, even though it is cumbersome, it is well worth it. I mean, this will not necessarily negate any spell, but it will definitely diffuse the effects of it to a point where you can shrug off even them. Lethal effects. Sometimes. I'm not putting a disclaimer on that. I am putting a disclaimer on that. Yes, I have tried my best with it, and I think it will do you fantastically.
Fantastic. I think that will do quite lovely. May come as a good camouflage as well.
Quick question. You did want your name engraved on it, right?
No, I didn't ask for it, but
okay, you didn't ask for it. Sorry, I just heard your name at one point. So okay, don't worry then. It's not engraved. It's just got the purple trim around it. So it looks like a dull grey, very smooth stone plating. And on all the edges, there's a deep purple trim on it, like a dye almost on it.
Oh, that must look stunning.
If you listen just faintly, you can hear how a staff being played.
All right then. So, you take on the world then, I guess.
Oh, you bet you bet your little arse. Yeah. Yes. Any change rooms around here?
You can just use my back room. I won't look, I swear.
Fantastic, and I dive straight in.
Alright. So you kind of dive through the door. It's a wooden shutter that closes behind you. Kind of like hit into one of the hammers that he's got lying around. He's like, oh, be careful. Kind of like here's a clanging going on. Yeah, you see that there's a forge there that's still the embers burning. There is a piece of iron in there currently like warming up and that kind of stuff, but other than that, it's just a small room. It's really hot though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I've put the suit on.
Cool. So you find that after you've got all the pieces on and your cloaks on and all that kind of stuff, it is swelteringly hot and you pretty much need to leave the room before you get heat stroke. But once you leave the room, it cools down again. He's got some really clever ventilation going on in there that he leads up to the surface. You just look fantastic.
I look dashing, don't I? Look at
Absolutely.
me. I could take on the entire world.
I don't doubt it for a second.
Thank you, sir. And I give him another slap on the shoulder and tromp right through the tunnels.
It kind of like reaches up to his mid-waist. So you're short.
So you slapped your
But-
bum.
No, above the bum.
Oh, thank goodness.
Like same height as your stomach, but on the back.
All right.
Yeah. Where Kylo Ren wears his pants.
One.
So,
Swallow.
yeah. And swallow. Alrighty then. So, what's the plan? Are you guys gonna try and head south or check those tunnels
Oh
out?
yeah.
Or
What are the stats? What does it add? I forgot.
you're going to check it out. I'll
Yeah, let me check that
find
out.
somewhere here for you.
The
Fun thing, Sam.
FSRD.
Just check, go into there and then Control F and stone plate. Yeah, what were you saying?
If I crit, I can do up to 39 damage.
Yeah. Now we're getting into the nice levels.
Okay, so yeah,
Time
we
to
were
throw a
gonna
dragon at you!
hit the straw guys.
What were you saying, Egonox?
We were gonna hit those the straw dummies.
Alright. So you head on downstairs, and is it okay to just kind of like sum this up and say that you guys try out the, you guys practice in the dummies and you get a good hang of weapons. They feel the same weight and that kind of stuff, but you find that, Larry, you find that when you impact, it sends a kind of violent shockwave that you can feel like rings in your hands, like all the way up your shoulder, and takes quite a bit of getting used to. It's like the same feeling that you get when you smash your funny bone on something.
I see.
But after practicing with it for like an hour or 2 hours, you start to get used to it, to the point where it still does do damage to you, but it's not like cripplingly painful. Egonox, you can't help but feel very fancy with your new sword. As soon as you utter the word "flame on," your blade bursts into a vibrant crimson fire that like it goes on the entire blade and like on either side of it, fully engulfing it. And you find that when you hit into the straw dummies, they immediately like on fire, and there's this fantastic burst of sparks.
Oh, Egonox likes. So does that mean after I hit someone with a flame on, they catch on fire?
They might. I'll have to check that out.
No, they just do. It's a 1d6 damage.
Okay, just so extra plus.
Yeah, I'll say like under certain conditions, like if they're made of like helium or something, they're gonna combust, or like straw or something like that, then they'll likely catch on fire. But just for a standard enemy that's like wearing say boiled leather armor, they're not gonna catch on fire.
It'll just burn him like.
Yeah. Sear into
cool.
his flesh. Great stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. So.
Peg the sword into someone and then like, hey, flame on.
That'll be awesome. Alright then. So
Okay,
you
so
guys...
yeah, I think now we need to make a mission to see who we're gonna speak to find out how we're gonna help to clear the tunnels going to south.
So judging by who seems the most informative to you, you'd go back to Dunes, the receptionist man. And he isn't actually a receptionist. He keeps track of like the general flow of magic in there, which you guys would have found out during the course of your time there. He essentially observes the different areas of densities of magic, like how the Steingeist is shifting within the earth. A lot of his time is spent bookkeeping and like doing the calculations to see where it would shift. But a lot of the time at the same desk. So they kind of gave him the same job as a receptionist. but he will tell you that they are looking for people to help out with the southern tunnels. And he guides you down there. It's the lowest section that you've been so far. A little bit lower than the holding cells of the people, and then obviously south of the tunnels. You head through there and you see that there are a lot more guards in this area, like not necessarily on guard, but on standby in case anything goes wrong. And eventually you do get to this barricaded area where they've put up these iron rods and iron bars like block. And an elven man steps forward. Hello, what can I do for you? Students, hello.
Hello. We've come to offer our assistance to help you guys open the tunnels going south.
You're offering yourselves as a vanguard. Forerunners, essentially.
If you want to call it that, but we want to go south.
You wish to... how far south are you heading?
Stad der Tot.
The Tot. Okay. And he pulls out a little notebook and he says, okay, we do need some help with that, Yes, we do need some help with that tunnel. If you'd be so kind, follow me. And he opens up one of the... There's some iron bars and a wooden door holding one of the entrances closed. He opens it and he says, come follow me. It's still safe now, don't worry, nothing's going to attack us yet. Still need to go through a few more checkpoints, but I'll show you the way. Have you got everything you need?
I do. And you guys? Larry? Sullok?
Yes.
I believe so.
Sylis, are you following them, by the way?
You're going to fetch weapons, right?
They've already fetched weapons.
We've already fetched our weapons.
They're
Okay,
already
okay.
Heading
But,
to
I mean,
imminent
did
danger.
Kuro go with them?
No, Kuro would be staying behind.
In that case,
She
no.
kind of says to you, I need to stay with faction. You're more than welcome to take the map with you and everything that you need, but unfortunately I cannot be of assistance to you. Sorry.
Ah, what the fuck, I'll go with the party.
Right then.
Oh, that's fine. Sullok has got a good nose for it.
Actually-
direction.
Actually,
yes.
Lol.
Sam,
Thieves are my forte.
Are you
I
wanting
need to
swap
speak to
characters,
you.
or-
Yeah, I'm wanting to swap characters. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
This character that I just made, Magnus.
Yeah.
At the moment, he's stuck in a tomb somewhere. I haven't specified the location of his tomb. He's like in a coffin.
Okay.
In a coffin.
So-
Noted.
In a coffin, yes. In a coffin
He's a
filled with
vampire.
vampire. Yes, in a coffin filled with vampire blood.
Oh,
He's not a
that's cool.
vampire. He's not a vampire himself.
Oh.
Ah,
Yeah, I can add that.
Yeah. So
cool.
the idea was Sylis stays here, learns to be a necromancer. The party goes out, and then they find Magnus.
Cool. That works.
Magnus.
So
I'm
Sylis
happy
gonna
with
part ways then.
whatever.
Yeah. So Sylis will just say, "Hey guys, I want to stay here and just see what I can learn from these guys."
Alright then.
Alright, well, farewell.
For now.
For
Yeah,
now,
farewell
I
for now.
suppose.
And I hope you learn a whole lot.
That's the plan.
Well, I mean, it would be kind of disappointing if we came back here and nothing happened. You know, but, I mean, rock that studies like you rock all your girlfriends, says the man walking around in stone armor.
It works as a visual
farewell.
Yep, it works as a veil plan.
pun. Alright. So the elven man, still holding the door open, says, "Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt your departures or anything like that, but I do have some other stuff to do. Can we get a move on?"
Hold on for about maybe 10 more minutes. Why don't
Oh,
you
10
just
more minutes.
stand
Okay,
there?
okay. And he closes
Yeah.
the door. You have to open it again. When you're ready, just come through, okay? Closes the door again.
Oh, thank you very much. I'll pay you later for your services.
You hear a bit of
What?
a metallic laugh coming from one of the guards that's sitting down. He's got a helmet on.
Sam, that's just for the flaming weapon of Richard's.
Awesome, thanks. but doesn't acknowledge it. There you go.
Okay, I just looked. Been always using the experimental sheet, and then I had a look at the original, and it looks god near awful now compared to the experimental.
Okay, is this your Magnus guy?
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Check through that now. Okay.
Graham?
Yo.
Our experience is 134 out of 175.
134 out of 175. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Alrighty. So what are you guys doing? Are you all saying your goodbyes, or how's this going?
Well, Sylis has said his goodbyes. He's gone back
Yes,
to study.
Okay.
Yeah, I've made my puns. It's time to leave.
Cool. So you open the door and head on through. You see the elven man sitting on a bench. Says, "Oh, are you ready now?"
Perhaps. I don't know.
Perhaps.
How'd you guess that one?
I don't know. I think it was you coming through the door.
Really? Oh,
Okay,
well,
asked you to.
I see you're very observant.
Roughly 3 hours ago. Not actually 3 hours. He's just being over exaggerating.
3 hours ago, well...
Are you ready?
3.5, really. But, okay,
Larry
3
is
hours.
ready. Let's go.
This fits what happened so perfectly. Sorry.
Oh god.
Mine's busy loading
His
now.
hair.
I'm gonna laugh right now. Just wait.
Still waiting.
I'm still loading.
The meme is called Still Waiting.
So, you head through and... yo, I'm actually feeling lightheaded. No. So you head through and the man says, right, so... What are the terms? What are you wanting out of this? Obviously we need help. What do you want? Pay? Favors?
How about a better attitude from you later on? That's probably worth its weight in gold.
Later on,
I'd say.
mayhaps, once you finish the task. If that's all you ask for, then gladly.
Well,
Egonox will
no,
have
it's
some
not all
gold.
I ask for, and it's a bonus, really.
Should
I don't know, 10,000 gold, how about that one?
10th? Oh god.
10,000,
Egonox
yeah.
will take whatever gold you guys normally pay for doing the job.
No,
roll me an appraise.
I'd say we should take whatever
I'll
they
do that
have
as
in their
well.
vaults.
Sorry, what was that, Byron?
I'd say we should take
so
whatever they
close.
have in their vaults.
If they have in their vaults.
Yep. Absolutely everything. Call it spring cleaning.
So Egonox, you know that judging by the danger of this, this kind of task that's at hand, judging by how they're talking about like monsters and Duergar and that kind of stuff, they say for every proof of a kill that you get of a Duergar, he will give you 50 gold, and for every proof of a kill of a monster, he will give you 200. A monster being some kind of monstrosity that may attack you. Like a large, really creepy thing.
Nice. I shall collect parts from these things.
I am so glad I got the stone armor.
And Larry, you can probably wise up a bit to this and say maybe 55 gold per Duergar and 300 gold per monster.
Okay. Should I write that down or?
Yeah, I'd want you to keep track of that because I'm not going to.
Okay, Mark, if you write it down, I don't have to write it down.
Sorry, just say it one more time.
So 55 gold per proof of kill of a Duergar. You have to find a way to get that proof. And 300 gold per monster. It's in the tunnels that are infecting here, not like that you just find out in the wilderness.
Okay. Larry asks, is a Duergar head sufficient for?
Well, yes, it should
No.
be. That would be
Okay.
proof enough. Imagine you'd be racking up quite a few kills there, so you might want to add into.
I say we fabricate some.
Well,
Oh, it's all from here. Wait, are you whispering that to Larry?
I'm whispering that, yes.
Okay, roll me. Roll me a stealth. He's gonna roll perception.
Right. Oh no. Let's hope it's terrible again.
What's perception based on?
Wisdom.
Wisdom.
Oh,
Yeah,
they've got
he's
so
a
many tabs
smarty
open.
pants. So,
Oh dear.
oh dearie dear. Counts.
Mm.
Hmm.
Crap.
So you realize that you can't speak too well through your new stone helm like facepiece. You kind of like have to say it a bit louder. Larry, I think we should fabricate it. To which Larry kind of like looks over at you, and the elven man looks at you and says, "I would advise severely against that, dwarf.
Oh. Why?
Fraud. Have you no
Well,
honor?"
No.
Well, no, not when it comes to money. No.
Never.
Why should I hire you?
No. I have some sort of
Why should I offer
No.
you any
Larry
I just
gave you a
haven't
chance
found
to
it.
defend your honor, and you failed.
No,
You have no honor, sir.
No, wait, no. I just haven't found it yet. Maybe it's in my pocket somewhere. I don't know.
Maybe it's
So-
shoved up your ass.
Well, actually, I haven't actually looked at it yet.
You should give it a good deep look.
Usually
You might find a lot of things
bullshit
shoved
comes
on
out of
there.
there.
Anyway,
What are smaller parts? that we
Is
could
it a
bring?
physical thing, honor? Sure.
What are smaller parts that we could bring other than a head? If you say there's going to be plenty.
How about a toe?
tell you what. Duragar have interesting teeth. They have these molars in the back that are unlike any other dwarf or any other human, rather specifically shaped. Every pair of those that you bring, as every Duragar has a pair, or every healthy Duragar at least, I will give you your reward. Does that sound much easier to carry teeth than heads?
Okay, I think we have got a good strategy. Break the crap out of their teeth and then run for our lives.
Well, they are the molars, so you'd have to get deep in their mouth to do that.
Well, yeah, no, but we could just punch their face.
Honestly,
I don't
if
know.
you can manage to dislodge a molar from a punch, I'd be more than happy to pay double.
Well, look at me. I'm wearing stone plate. Love.
That gives you a minus on strength abilities, but whatever.
And Dex.
Yes. No, Dex actually gives me a +1 bonus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But the normal one, doesn't it have...
Wait, how much is the strength?
Okay, let me see.
I can't remember. I think I deleted the tab. Yeah, I deleted the tab.
Yeah, the maximum dex bonus is +1, so meaning whatever your bonus is on your dex currently,
Capped out at 1.
it's only capped out at 1, yeah.
So if you normally have a +3, you can only get +1. During this.
Oh, well,
Doesn't
I'll
mean that
have
you get
minus
+1.
1.
Okay, then you
And
still
then
have -1.
And
Oh,
then
no,
you,
wait, no, I have 0.
yeah, then you still got 0.
Okay.
And then you take an armor check penalty of -6 on dex-based and strength-based abilities.
So say you have to dodge out of the way of a firebolt or something.
I just realized I need Dex for crossbow.
We can work that out.
I need Dex.
I'll-
I need Dex
I'll-
for crossbow.
I'll check it over later.
Minus.
But for the sake
4.
of interest in the recording, shall we get the roleplay out of the way, and then we can sort out the stats.
Mhm.
Alrighty then. So how do those terms sound to you?
Sounds good to me. I'm going to come back with plenty teeth.
55 gold per pair of Duragar teeth, and you'll have
55 gold, 71 silver,
No.
and 43 copper. You got a deal each.
to roll me diplomacy.
It's a joke. All right, fine. All right.
Dwarf, frankly, I don't think I'm going to pay you out anything. I'll give what was owed to you to these fellows here, who seem very respectful, and then I'll let it be up to them as to whether you get any money from this, okay?
Kind of glance at the two of them and.
Not to worry, Sullok, I have your back.
Oh, wait, you do? Oh.
Larry will
Well,
consider it.
could you give it back, please?
Come jump on my back then.
God, how do you deal
No,
with
no,
that?
thanks. I can
Okay.
hear you, you dumb oaf.
I know! It was an insult, you're supposed to. Anyway, I do have other business to attend to. Am I letting you through, or
Fantastic. Now bugger off.
Yep. Let us go. Let
Alright
us
then.
go.
it leads you down
Adventure, here we
another
come.
few hallways? You can see as it gets further and further along. The first checkpoint that you got through was just a normal wooden door. It didn't even have a lock on it. Next one is a barred door that you have to kind of like lift up and then unlock and open. Next one has like 2 latches on the side, and it gets progressively more and more secure, with eventually 2 guards stationed each post, like down this passageway, until the last one opens up is this iron door, fully iron. It looks like a vault door, to the point where it has one of those spinning handles on the front. Like cranks it open, you can see like it hasn't, it's been sealed very firmly shut, and it's like the first time it's opening in a while. Opens the door.
Whoa.
Yeah,
And
you're on
then,
your own.
sorry, sir,
Graceful.
do you have any torches that we could take with us?
And don't worry, I have a torch. Yeah.
Voices echo. I don't know how close the Durga are. I want to keep away
Okay.
from here, okay?
Well, I don't have I have an encased flame torch right here.
Oh, okay.
See?
Okay.
Turns on and off with just a hint of flick of the stone. Turns on them.
Larry puts his,
Kinda just
puts his
shake it
face
around.
on the huge metal door. Oh.
Dunk.
Oh, what's wrong?
Not like slam it, just like no, like puts his face against it, like
Yeah,
ah.
feeling the cold.
Yeah, he's just amazed by this huge ass door. Never seen one like it before.
The door itself is probably 4 meters tall and 2 wide, and then maybe 6 inches thick. So it's not a sturdy. There's a similar one
Larry
before.
likes this door.
Okay, guys,
Larry
let's
wants
go
one.
see what we can kill.
Maybe once this is all secure, I can sell the door to you, good chap. But in the meantime, doesn't link here for too long. Even these guards don't like staying here for too long. Guards kind of go
Okay.
a bit of a nod.
Okay, let's go.
Luck.
And then now start stealthing my way through.
Unironically, I do wish you good luck. I wish to
Oh.
send you off into your death for nothing.
Thanks, Ulf. That's the nicest thing you've ever said. Oh, brings a
Good job,
tear to
really.
my eye. Okay,
Okay, so
well,
we-
goodbye.
Don't let him
Given a
distract you.
little
He pats
map.
you on the shoulder and kind of like ushers you through. Good luck, all. And if you need to come back through, then you better damn well prove you're safe. He kind of like closes the door behind you, and you can like large bars of iron like knocked into place. There's no light leaking through from the passageway anymore. It's completely dark behind you. Just the 3 of you in there now. None of the magical lights that you saw going down the passageway are there anymore. Only light is from Byron or Sullok's lantern thing.
Lantern.
Tunnel carries on for a while longer before it dips into complete blackness. Approximately 2 meters wide and 4 meters tall. Pretty much the same size as the door. And yeah, it just kind of dips down and then slowly curves to the left a bit. What you can tell is curving south.
Ooh. Shall we continue?
Yes, let's continue.
Alright. As you guys dip into the darkness, I'm going to call it a session there if that's alright with you all.
That's
Quite
good with
alright,
me.
yeah.
Just gone on for
Alright.
2 hours 40 minutes, so yeah.
Oh, that was an awesome session.
Oh yeah. Outro sequence. Pom, 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 pom.
Türnach.